We're live. People can
Well,
see us. Oh,
Hello.
hey. Hello.
Bonsoir.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Voidcast and welcome to this Monday evening to the show that we like to call Parallel Projections. It's my show. It's the show where I usually sit around and play video games. But what's better than playing video games? Playing tabletop RPGs. Woohoo! So
Oh yeah.
we try to test as many new systems as we can get our greasy hands on. And try to invite as many cool people as we can on this show. We have a lot of awesome guests tonight. Sorry to say, Top Down Tabletop is not here, but we love you. We hope to see you again soon, and we will. I think next episode they will be back. But tonight we have three amazing guests. First of all, I don't know. Am I going to say something? Are you guys going to introduce yourself? What should we do?
Well, I mean, it's your show.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
it is your show.
I'll just start then, and if there's anything you like to add, feel free to do it. So we'll start off with the bottom left. We are joined by Rick, or Vechel Fantasy. He is basically the Dutch Matt Mercer, I think, or
What now?
he's the Dungeons and Dragons guru in the Netherlands at the moment. He published his own book recently. He does a lot of. He has his own live stream. He does a lot of awesome stuff for kids and D&D at libraries, and all around great person. Do you want to add anything to that, Rick?
Well, it's libraries and schools. Last week we started with a 2-day school program with D&D. More geeks.
That's awesome, man. We need to get more people into playing tabletop RPGs.
You start them young.
That'd be awesome.
Exactly. 6 years and up.
Awesome. All right, then in the bottom right, we are joined by KaztheDM. So I know KaztheDM for his amazing art. I think it was a couple of months ago. We didn't really know each other, and I came across your art, and we talked briefly on Discord because I mentioned it reminding me of like a Japanese hip hop art style, and we talked about that for a bit.
Yeah, I was actually talking to someone about it. Like they were asking like how to describe it. And I was mentioned how you refer to it as samurai hip hop once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice being on here. Like I don't catch many of your streams, but it's nice to be here.
It's great that you are here. I caught some of your live stream as well. You also live stream. You do art streams where you draw for a live audience and you play Dungeons and Dragons. I watched the episode. I was live during the episode where Shanks was a guest. I was for a bit in chat. Pretty busy. I see
it was a scary time.
I see that your animation is not working properly, but
that's fine. It'll do.
All right.
Yeah.
So
it's me.
Yes, that's Kaz. And we're super happy that you're here. And last but certainly not least, we are joined by the Golden Wife, LadyNyhm.
That's me.
We also spoke months ago, I think, when I just joined the Topa Turtle Guild, and we had some discussions about social media and you gave me some tips, which I'm very thankful of. You do an amazing job there for the community to collect all these great content creators, map makers, live streamers, Instagrammers, all around tabletop RPGs. And I'm super excited for you to be here tonight as well.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
So is there anything you would like to add?
Not really. My name is Beth, or Bethany, whichever. Some of you have already said hello to me. Hi in the chat. I'm super excited to be here. Can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, awesome. And last, but not certainly not least.
I do exist. Okay.
We are joined once again by the amazing Ashley Gibson. He needs no introduction. Of course, we all know him for being British. I would say notorious for being British, right? At this moment, you've been on cam. You're basically the appendix of the Voidcast live. No?
Basically, the spare DM. Yeah.
Spare DM. I don't know. That sounds so not nice. Well, there's nothing.
Beth said sixth toe once.
Sixth toe. Yeah. He's basically the sixth toe. You don't really need him, but sometimes you might. He looks a bit
For
weird.
balance,
No,
you know?
no, I'm sorry.
I've become vestigial. Wonderful.
No, I have nothing but love and respect for you. I'm so glad you once again want to lead us through this amazing adventure. I mean, I hope it's amazing. Anyway, we all have our own Discords, Twitch channels, YouTube channels, Instagram accounts. I put our names on screen or logos. You can find our personal handles above our character art boxes. Please go visit all of these wonderful people and follow, like, subscribe, all that jazz. It really helps us out to keep this community alive and continue to create awesome stuff. So, if nobody has anything to add to this, I might just kick it through to the intro. What do you say?
Oh,
Yeah?
Ready.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Here we go, the new intro for today's episode of Dusk City Outlaws. And
Knocking on your door, 'cause we need your help. All my friends are here and we're ready to go. Follow me, grab your gear, we need to go right now. Hunting down the goose, hurry up, there's not much time. Straight ahead, way to go. And tomorrow's yesterday will soon be gone. Gonna cut my steps in stone.
Okay.
we're back. Everything's fine. We're all fine here.
Nothing happened.
Everything's-
How are you?
All fine. Okay. Welcome back to New Dunhaven, the so-called jewel in the crown of the continent. It is a city of promise, with gold-lined streets, but often only for the cartels and the institutions that long ago claimed dominion over this heap of a city. Election fever is just starting to die down. The bunting is being packed away as the dust settles from hard-fought campaigns. In a commoner district, just to the north of the palace, a new senator is causing ripples throughout the city. She is not a cartel puppet, or a person of royal birth, and is preaching about the rights of citizens, whatever that means. Her vote will be needed, and if the royalty seduces her, this could sway the Senate away from the Black Council, causing chaos within the city. This must not happen. Invitations have been sent to a gathering to enact the Council's will on this matter. The first of those invitations arrives at a church, and if Fidem would like to introduce himself.
Yes, we are in a church. The church is empty. There is a single person sitting on one of the church benches. As he gets up, you see a white leather high-heeled boot. It almost has a stiletto heel as it comes around the corner of the bench. Gets up, white cloak with a hood up, and walks towards the stage of the church. Goes up the stage and goes to a door to the left where a preacher or priest is standing. As this person enters, he says, Reverend Father, please forgive me, for I am about to sin. The church has deemed your position unfit for you. A shiny blade comes out of the cloak. It was hidden. It's a long blade, and it slices the throat of the priest. And as the priest drops down, the person turns around and exits the church. That was my introduction.
Brilliant. And can we have Amarilla, please?
That's me. So, we're in a pretty large bedroom. Someplace obviously very wealthy. The 4-poster bed, the drapes hanging, and in the bed sits an elderly man. He's not as old as he, he's got some years left in him, but he's very, very posh, very kind of ruddy in the face, and in the door walks a tall, slender woman. Now, sir, I know I told you to stay in your bed, and between the two of us, which one is the doctor? And he hees and haws, but I don't want to get out. I want to stay here. I have stuff to do. But, sir, remember, I gave you specific instructions. And she kind of turns and starts to pour his tea for him. And out of a small compartment in her dress, pours a little white powder into his tea and mixes it up. Now, drink your tonic, and I'll be back to check on you next week.
Brilliant. And 6, please.
I'm sitting in some back room of a theater. I hold a mug and say, the name is 6, and I travel the world by my precious theater of pain, my carnival of sins. At least mine, as in, I'm a part of the Twinned Terror, one of the acts of this crew. A dastardly duo filled with flips, fire, and being all-around daredevils. We've even frequently made it to the ceiling and back, even in the highest theaters. But more than another time, as my brother-in-arms Lee has a certain desire to fill. We are a motley bunch after all. And he stands up on the table, and he's wearing leathers, he was wearing the chains, and it's pretty much a question how long these chains are, especially with a few hooks attached to them. But most of them are just concealed away in his pants, in all kinds of small pouches. He's wearing 2 black stripes just beneath his eyes, his 3-day shadow still, not this thing, but his 3-day shadow still on his face. And his hair is wild, just going all over the place. He softly gets up and takes a hat off the wall, puts it up. So now, with curious tales, we speak of eldritch horrors and sinful desires. Each is told by my friends on the other side. With many faces, I can stand out in a crowd, and my tale has to be told. And just as I arose, I can vanish in mere moments. And he just falls down into the chair in a very relaxed position. But now, we're here. A job offer, as I was told not to refuse, even though I wasn't changed at the time. Things happen, and luckily this is far out of their reach. But behold, we're now with entertainers and theaters, alehouses and supper clubs, and with just my right kind of people. I'm ready for another visit to the other side. Let's go. And he looks around, and there's no one there, and he takes the back door out.
Definitely a mummer.
Definitely a mummer. And finally, can we have Samantha, please?
How am I meant to follow that? Walking through the city streets towards Dr. Savino's office. Sticking up a few travelers here in search of a certain set of ingredients to procure the good doctor's medicines. And like he's wearing a set of traveling gears, covering his head, trying to hide the scars he's obtained while on his little adventure. And when he reaches the doctor's office, he's just going to knock on the door, waiting patiently for her return, knowing that she said she'd be out to see one of her patients. Have I cut out?
Just at the start for a bit.
At the
it was
beginning.
just, yeah.
You return in full strength.
It's because of the delay.
It's okay. Yeah, I was just walking through the city streets on my way to Dr. Vino's office. I was just getting some ingredients for her medicines.
Okay, not a problem. So, you have all received the summons from the Black Council. The summons has led you to the Siren's Smoke. It is a plush shisha bar in the Palace District, just adjacent to the commoner constituency in question. It is run by Zarina Sater, a Vesper of some renown. And she invites you into a back room. It is plush, opulence, being in the Palace District. Beautiful satin cushions, gorgeous, dark mahogany paneling. Everything is kind of dark, dimly lit with swirling blue haze of smoke. And you can hear whispered conversations and sort of giggling coming from one corner as you're led through into this sort of dark back room. But as soon as you step through, it is all business. A large planning table, and Zarina herself sat at the head of the table. There are some nibbles, there is a shisha pipe there, should you wish to partake, and she's just slowly taking a drag as you enter the room. And she says, "Welcome, one and all. We all know the Black Council is having trouble with this Lena Bussy, the new senator. Now, there is to be an inauguration ball at the Royal Ballroom at the Duchess de Comte's mansion in 3 nights' time. We have a wish, and that wish is that we need to convince this Lena Bussy to vote in a more considered way for the city's needs at this time. She is very well guarded, but at this ball we know there will be an opportunity for her to be persuaded to come and visit with one of the Black Council so that her vote could be swayed, perhaps, in our favor. So, what we really require is for her to be kidnapped during the ball and then persuaded by us. The last thing we need is for her to be taken out. A by-election is so costly and expensive, and mostly unnecessary these days. So, a kidnap is a far better solution.
Nice to meet you, milady. That's first of all. I do have another question, though.
Certainly.
Must she also be unscratched, in pristine condition, or doesn't that really matter?
I don't think it would be up to me to limit you in any way as to the package. I would prefer her unspoiled.
That I can do.
Well, I do love a party. Suppose every now and then a lady does run into some troubles at parties, so it if she got a little roughed up, then, well, there's not much you can do about that now, is there?
Alas.
So glad we are of an agreement.
So when I walked into the room, my nose a bit up in the air, it's not even subjective. I'm objectively better than all of you. As I walk into the room and go stand on the right side of the person that's sitting in the chair with my arms crossed. I'm a tall figure dressed in all white, definitely of the church. And I look upon all of you. Well, at least I'm glad we're all speaking plainly. You started off a bit, I don't know, beating around the bush. A kidnapping. Sure, I'll help. Since it is in the church's best interest that, or at least the church's interests align with the Black Council in this matter. So I'll help. I am Fidem Invictus. Nice to meet you all. I think it's proper that we at least know our names, each other's names, before we are being sent off.
I'm gonna take my hood off and stare at Fidem and point at myself. I'm Samathan Pod. You can call me Pod if you'd like, or Sam. It'll be a pleasure working with you.
I'm sure
I'm
it
gonna go for
will
a
be.
smoke. I'm gonna go for a smoke, but
Ladies first.
Well, thank you. My name is Amelia Savino. You might know me. I'm a doctor from around the area. I tend to focus on a higher clientele. Those who prefer care within their own homes and the comfort that offers them. Sometimes your home is the best place to be when you're feeling ill.
Amelia, pleasure. We know of your work.
And now for all of you, hello. The name is Six, and although I might not be the best help, my friends on the other side are. And I must say, and I look at our Fidem Invictus, please keep the exorcisms to a minimum. I need them.
Ha, ha, ha. How quaint.
Thank you.
I'm gonna raise an eyebrow.
Well, it's great that we've brought a comedian with us.
Call me for all of your entertainment needs.
Is there any other information you can provide us? As I turn my attention to the person sitting in the room, whose name I already forgot because I don't care.
Zarina. So she looks around. She says, "Well, I assume you will need somewhere to conduct your planning. Please feel free to make use of this room for all of your planning needs. And if there is anything that you require of the Vespers, here is an influence token for use, so that if there's anything we can do."
Thank you very much. That is much appreciated. The Vesper Cartel and the church have seen eye to eye a lot.
She nods and rises as though to leave you to it, unless there are any more questions.
I have one outside the character. Was that influence point just sorry.
Yep, go.
Was that influence point just for Fidel?
No, so that's going in the party.
Okay. Sorry,
So you all start with one influence token, and there's now one in the party influence as well,
okay.
which can be spent during planning, or picked up during the planning, because you can only spend your own influence, but anybody can spend the party influence, unless you happen to have some special ability, which no one does here today, so that's fine. That allows you to trade influence with each other. So it is just one influence each, and then one for the party should you require it.
Awesome.
So, the way this game works is that you now get a 15-minute planning session for free, and can then decide what you'd like to do from there. You are going to have the free session, and then 4 sessions before we get to the final. So it's up to you what you do. You can choose to either have a planning session or a legwork session. You can choose whether that's going to be daytime or nighttime. And the first thing that happens is you get a free session. So 15 minutes on the clock.
Oh, damn.
And you get your first planning session.
Painfully apparent.
Okay.
There you go.
Any of
Well-
you, any experience with kidnappings?
Well, I'm not particularly
kidnap-
experienced with moving people. However, I could perhaps whip together something that might, make her feel like she needs some air. I have a specific set of skills when it comes to, drinks and other things provided. Perhaps I could figure out what she likes to drink. One gal to another.
Well, Doctor, I have an idea. Maybe we do this task at night. Maybe if we were to gather everyone for maybe a party or an event, have some entertainment. I look over to 6, and using one of your fine cocktails, we'll be able to bring her over to our side.
So you know that there's going to be a ball,
Yes.
and you know where that ball is going to be.
There will
Do you know
be
that in 2 nights' time, there will be a ball at the Duchess de Compte's mansion in the ballroom for all Senate inaugurates?
Yes.
Did any of us have invitations to that?
No, because the
No.
only people invited to it would be Senate inaugurates.
So,
I
I think, quite surprisingly, all of you said very sensible things. I think since we are in a ballroom, there's a ball going on, we do not have any invitations. Maybe the mummer can get his band there to perform, or whatever they do. And your drinks, I'm quite, the church is quite aware of your drinks. Maybe we can figure out what she likes and feed her the drink, make her feel a bit, I don't know, under the weather, like she needs air. Then we might be using that as an opportunity to take her outside. But this is all happening in 2 days. Before that, there are some things we need to know. Maybe the layout of the place where the ballroom is. The amount of guards. How do we get invitations? Or the mummer's band to play.
I might be of a little bit of use there. I could do some checkups on some of my more privileged clients and see, if they have any idea, they'd love to chatter about things that are coming up. It's in their best interest that I check on their health before they're out and about with everyone. Perhaps I could gain some information.
I'm also quite good at communicating with the nobles around Dusk City. I might join you if you'd allow me.
Yes.
Okay, so this seems like there's starting to be some sort of plan emerging. So now, what would be a good idea is when you go into a legwork section, which is probably going to be next, you can choose planning or legwork, it's up to you. But if you're going to be moving into a legwork section, you are allowed to have one scene for each person that you are taking the lead on. So it's worth thinking about one goal that you want to achieve during the legwork section, and then each person taking the lead on it. You can be in as many scenes as you like, but you can only be the lead on one of them. So it's worth thinking about a couple of goals that you want to achieve, and then what's the best way of achieving it.
Well, in that case, I presume that I'll at least try to get my band to get on stage there to make sure that at least I have a crew that I can get in if it need be.
That would be a wonderful idea.
So entertainment also need their roadies, so who's carrying my bag? And he's falling into satin cushions.
I say, fine. Fine.
Perfect.
Okay, so just to let you know, for a giant ball like this will have been months in the planning. So entertainment will already exist. So to get onto
figure out
you are going to
who
need to figure out how to get yourself into that position.
We need to figure out who the entertainment is and maybe swap places.
Exactly. Just as somebody fell ill, for example.
Depending on your specialty, perhaps somebody had an unfortunate accident and you could be right there to take their place.
This is New Dunhaven. Accidents happen.
Would there be any
That's
special ingredients?
Performance.
Well, I can distract him fine, but for that blow, I need some help.
No. Well, I'm the muscle, so I guess it's not the choice.
I like you already.
Well, if somebody needs to be removed from a scene violently and quietly, I might be able to help out. I have some experience there. So first, we need to figure out... the way I see it, we have two great ideas right now. One is to figure out in what company the lady will be and what her preferred drinks is. So we might prepare some drinks ourselves for the evening to take out the lady. And the other idea is to figure out what the entertainment for the evening will be and to see what might make the easiest target to swap out for our own mummers.
Do we know if the if the lady is religious, perchance?
So these are all things that you'll be able to find out by one of you tailing her.
Yes.
So one of you can take the lead on scouting out what she's doing, what her routine is, that kind of stuff. That's absolutely fine. That's just general information gathering.
Okay. I was also going to ask if Savina would want any ingredients for me to go and get for her potions and such. I could go and go my normal job.
I mean, if the places that I happen to send you just happen to be where she is, what a coincidence.
Just running errands.
Is there like a, I don't know, party planning business somewhere in the city where we can find
who's
out
in charge?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I could I could check it with the mummers, because I presume that they do a lot of entertainment all over the place. Can I ask my home base?
Yes, so the chances of the entertainment being provided by the Mummers Guild is almost 100%.
I like those odds.
Yeah,
But it's a highly competitive guild. If you're going to replace somebody, something needs to have happened to those somebodies. But if you check your character sheet, I believe you can spend influence to be taken on as entertainers.
Oh, let's see where.
On the Mummers. It's on the
Oh, yeah,
Mummers
the Mum-
sheet.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you know about spending influence.
Yes. So, but that's only if there's a gap. So if you can end up with a gap, you can spend that influence.
Okay. So I'm presuming that my first thing will be talking with the murmurs who's hosting at the moment and see if we can get rid of those. By something by Samantha or maybe Fidem or maybe even Amelia if you want some tea.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, that leaves a lot of other things that we could do during the first day of legwork. So we have general information gathering.
Who's going to be doing the information gathering?
I'll be searching.
Okay, Samantha.
I'll be checking in with my clients and chit-chatting with them, giving them general checkups before they head out. And, just friendly at-home visits.
Okay, and that's to find out information about the party, correct?
Mm-hmm. Like
Okay.
if they're going, if they know if she's going to be there, what they think about her.
Okay.
If they know who's planning it or like the layout of the area.
Yeah, not a problem. What else are we thinking of doing?
I would like to see some plans. Getting in and out of places is no problem for me.
Okay.
But it helps if I know the layout of the venue.
So you're going to try and secure some plans of the venue.
Yes. I've
Okay.
done this before. I know I require some form.
And
With
there
that,
one-
sorry, I was gonna- with that. Sorry, go on. No, you continue.
It's okay. I know what the last person's doing because they're finding out about the Mummers. So
I was gonna say with Fidem, if you were to give me information of somewhere where I could hide something, they'd find it. They'd have an easy job of smuggling them out of the sea under the cover.
Oh, I can take care of that for you.
Oh,
As far as
never mind.
finding somewhere to put someone, I can take care of that.
Okay.
okay. So it sounds like everyone's wound up on the planning. Then you all know what you're going to do.
Yes.
So I think this may well be an absolute first in the history of Dusk City Outlaws.
Well, we all know what we're going to do and who's taking the lead on what scene, but would people like to team up during scenes? So you might provide some backup when needed.
Burley?
I'm very capable of navigating the social scene, so I think I'll be joining the Lady Savino, if she's fine with that.
You're more than welcome to join me, Fidem. I'm sure none of my clients will mind a man of the cloth joining me.
No, perhaps I can perform some rites when needed.
I offered my physical skill for 6, so there's also that.
That helps if to drag a body away, so I am happy to lean on that.
If I have to put the body on the floor first, that works too.
Whatever makes it easy, carrying. I'm fine. Is there someone out here who can also use my help with my, for example, if you're going after the plans, you also want to look at the building or want to sneak around for that little part? Is something I can help with?
If you want, you could come with me and pick up my errand and follow people.
Team Parse it is.
Well, I hope
We're gonna have a lovely night.
I hope that obtaining the plans will not be a problem if the people abide by the law of the church and have faith. I think it should be no problem to obtain these plans. If in the unfortunate event that we meet somebody who's less inclined towards the church, then it might be handy if I have someone to maybe cause a distraction.
Well,
Could
that I
also
could
be
do.
a service there. I do, on occasion, possess the ability to require officials to quarantine certain areas if I feel that it has been subjected to a particularly nasty illness, just to be sure that everything's taken care of and that no one will contract what may have been spread. If it absolutely comes to that, I can probably get the area quarantined for at least 24 hours.
I have decided that I will take both of you with me.
I'd be happy to join you.
I do smaller distractions, but I love this one.
It's a pretty big distraction.
It is, but it'll at least give us a little bit of time.
A little.
Okay.
I love this.
So, that is the time for the planning. So, we're going to move on to our first legwork scene. And we're going to start with Samanthan, who is gathering information. Now, one thing I should probably mention is that we are moving from a planning to a legwork scene. And there are 4 of you. So I will be adding 4 heat to the pool. So this is the resource that I, as the Silver Judge, am able to spend just to make things slightly more interesting, from my point of view. Probably not so from yours. So, Samanthan, information gathering. Now, the good news is you're a warden. You are perfectly capable of gathering information. Unfortunately, wardens stick out like a sore thumb wherever they go. So, I'm going to give you the option. You can either roll for it with some challenge dice, and I will then tell you how much information you gather, or I can just add 6 heat to the pool now, and I will tell you some information.
Would it be possible for me to pretend to be a outsider while 6 guides me through the city as almost like a
That
guide?
is definitely the sort of thing that you can do. You have a 65 on Create Disguise, I believe.
I do.
So,
Same goes
why
for me, by the way.
why don't you give me a Create Disguise roll? Straight up, no boons, no challenge. So how did we do?
I got 16.
A 16 is definitely enough to create a disguise to roll under 65. So that's fine. You've created a fair disguise. So I'm going to say that although you do stick out fairly high, I'm only going to put 2 heat into the pool. It would normally be 4. So there's a bonus.
I split it.
It could have been 6. And I can tell you some information that you gather on Lena Busey while you are following her around. So she is a firebrand revolutionary. Street corner with a box, actually engaging with her constituents, which is completely unheard of in the Dusk City. Talking to commoners, which I don't know why you would, but sure.
Aggressively note taking.
So, you have learned her cab home from the ball has been arranged by her private security, and will be attended and well defended because they are quite afraid that she might get abducted on the way home. she is allergic to shellfish. And she seems to have a penchant for almond liqueur, as you've seen her carrying at least 2 bottles of it while you were surveying her.
My kind of gal.
Wow. Seems like...
I want the almond for myself.
So that is what you've discovered following Lena Busey around. You've also noticed that her head of security seems to be well attentive, and you don't really know too much about him. He was doing other jobs and such. You were just following Lena.
Okay.
Oh, I suppose I should say what she looks like as well. She wears a green flowing dress with purple hair in a long plait. So she's quite easy to spot. She has bright purple hair.
And flats. What was I?
In a plait.
Oh, sorry, I'm taking it. I combined the word.
Okay. And that's what you've been able to discover.
Perfect.
So-
That's excellent.
Amarilla.
I'm gonna
Amelia.
go back if that's
Sorry,
okay.
Amarilla. That's a place. Amilla.
Yes.
Amelia. I can't read my own handwriting, which is wonderful. It's going very well.
Thinking too much about that liquor, huh?
So, who is it you had it particularly in mind that you were going to visit?
If I have any clients who would be invited to the party,
Okay. You
Do
tell
I?
me, what sort of clients do you think you would have that would be invited to such a party?
sorry, that was probably really loud. Maybe I don't know if there would be anybody from the Senate.
Maybe.
Yes, why not?
Surfing
Sure.
personnel, they need people that serve drinks and hors d'oeuvres and stuff, right?
Yeah. I'd like to visit the dressmakers. She sees a lot of people as the days go on, especially closer to big events like this. I think we could probably also stop by. Definitely one of he's so annoying. The chef man, you know.
Yeah, I
Who I'm
know what
talking
you
about?
mean.
Yes,
Claps.
I know who you mean. So, the dressmaker, I don't think you're going to need to roll or anything. She lets you know that the young female senator that everyone's talking about will be wearing very, very heavy robes of green.
Oh, did you
Um,
pick that color, or did she pick that color?
He picked that colour. She seems to be a fan of the colour green.
Oh, interesting.
So that's what she'll be wearing. It's not a very expensive gown. It's actually probably one of the cheaper ones she's made. Which you can read into what you like. Now, your other contact happens to be Chef Vincenzo, who is known to work for the Duchess. And I think you just happen to have worked with him in the past, maybe done some services for him.
Yes, well, some people every now and then need a little help in their careers, and who am I to tell them otherwise?
Okay, so you find him off duty having a quiet glass of Chianti at one of the small Italian restaurants just to the north of the Palace district.
How did I know that this is where you would be?
Ah, Amila, my friend, it has been too long. How are you?
I'm
Please,
doing just fine.
Be seated.
Absolutely. Have you met Fidem?
Ah, And he does a sort of...
No, he's a
Which
man
is-
with a claw. He's been following me around on my daily rounds. In case I have to, unfortunately, have any last rites done. It's been mighty strange lately with some people just not making it lately. I'm not really sure what's going on, but he decided to tag along and why not have the company?
Praise be
Well,
on you and yours.
And he sort of bows and kisses the hem of your robe. And
As
says,
one should. Thank
as
you.
one should.
Finally, somebody who pays the proper respect to the church.
Now, how have you been? I know you must be stressed out of your mind about this party that's coming up.
Oh, it's so wonderful. I've got so much to do. You know me, I love the work. It's all about the cooking.
It is. And you do such a fine job. I'm surprised that there's anybody else in the city who they would choose.
Well, yes, I am having some difficulty, some of the people, they are just not good enough. I keep telling them, I keep saying, you got to love the passion of the cooking, but they're just not interested.
Of course, especially with how much time and effort you spend on your meals. If there was anybody who just isn't quite fitting in there, you deserve only the best.
Well, if you happen to know anybody who can do as a cooking, please send them my way. I really need it.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize you were that strapped for help. I'll see what I can do.
So I think at this moment, I think we're probably okay for rolls as it is. There's nothing he would have told you that you wouldn't have sort of found out by not being his friend. He's got a sort of a flamboyant character. But is there anything you'd like to try and do to try and?
I'll lean forward a little bit and put my hand on his arm and be like, now, I know you said you needed some help in the kitchen. Are any what exactly are you looking for so that I know who I should be after?
Okay. And I think we're probably looking at size someone up or potentially lie to somebody. It's a coercion role at the end of the day. So for you, that they're kind of all the same thing. So,
lie to someone is
Yes.
80%, size someone
And
up is 80%.
would you like to give me 2 d8s, which are the boon dice, and let me know if there are any odd numbers?
5.
Okay, so one of the odd numbers, and then your regular percentile dice to see if you pass the check.
74.
Which is less than an 80.
So while this is going on, I would like to read the emotions of the chef. If that's
Okay.
possible. While this
Absolutely.
interaction is going on.
Yep,
So that's also 80%.
go for it.
And I roll a 63.
Okay, so you can tell that he's genuine in his intentions, and he really does need help.
Does he seem
And-
stressed?
Yes, quite. If not stressed, highly animated, which would probably amount to the same thing for a chef like this. And I think for a 74, he says, what I really need, I need someone who can do the serving. They just keep dropping the plates and they keep messing up my beautiful creations.
That must break your heart every time. I can't believe someone will commit such an atrocity as to drop your beautiful creations. I will look and see who I have with a steady hand and send them your way. Now, where can I find you?
Oh, just straight to the kitchens, darling. Straight to the kitchen.
Just straight to... Okay, yes. Do I need to...
If they tell me they are from you, I will believe them in a heartbeat.
Wonderful, darling. I appreciate... How are you feeling? Are you excited about it?
I will tell you afterwards, darling. At this moment, it's too much.
Too much. Well, we'll have to catch up afterwards. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful.
And he just nods and goes back to drinking copious amounts of red wine. Which I think is his penchant. So brilliant. So we've discovered something. There is a way in. As a server, should you require. Which was the boon. So that's always good. Next up then would be Fidem. Where would you like to go to try and find some plans?
I think there's only one building in New Dunhaven where I can find plans.
I think we might know where you're headed.
I think I've worked with someone once before, a certain gravedigger who went in here to gather some plans.
So, for those not familiar with New Dunhaven, there is a civil service that runs pretty much everything, and they have identical grey buildings throughout the entire city. Each district kind of has its own civil service hub. They are exactly square, exactly 3 stories high, and made of a drab grey stone with drab grey doors, and are always accompanied by 1 or 2 guards stood about just to show a bit of a royal presence. And as the centre of the civil service, they have plans of all of the major buildings which can be viewed for the right cause.
Okay.
So what's your plan?
I walk in there as one of the church should, nose up high in the air. I'm probably flanked by the mummer and the gravedigger, I think, right? You still wanted to join?
Yes.
Yes, as Miss Savino as well. You were also joining. So I just tilt my head slightly and... What was this place called again? The Royal Ballroom? Or some such? Is that correct?
No, it was a mansion, and there was a ball held at the mansion, but I must say I might have misplaced that name.
The Duchess de Comte's mansion.
I walk up to the first, desk. And
so sat behind the desk is a 55, 60-year-old woman with grey hair and small spectacles. And she says, "Hello, sir. How can I help you?"
The church requires the plan to the Duchess's mansion where the royal ball will be held. And I put down my emblem of the church and show her the talisman. And be quick about it, please. I don't have all day.
So I'm sure you're aware, sir, that there is now a separation of church and state, and we wouldn't be able to fulfill these requirements without due cause.
I'm pretty sure that you are aware that if I call heresy upon this place, you will be gone faster than I can wipe the mud from my boots.
Sir, this is the civil service. We have been in heresy for the last 300 years and no one's noticed.
Is there any chance actually I can sneak around here or something to see what I can find?
So this is quite a long counter with sort of numerous desks, all with a woman about 55 to 60 with identical grey hair, spectacles, and identical grey cardigans. You're going to struggle to be able to get round the desk to get to sort of the area that you might require.
Okay.
Is there anything else we can think of?
Amelia kind of like chuckles at her joke. Well, you're so funny. What a funny joke. I get it though. You're not wrong. But now I hope she kind of leans over the desk. I hope you don't mind saying this, and I mean it in the nicest way. But you're looking a little pale. Do you feel all right? Do you mind if I just I would hate for you're in here and the air's so stale and everything looks so precise, as it were. I would hate for you to get sick, and you look a little. Do you mind?
The civil service has no sense of humor that I'm aware of, ma'am. And, I feel the same as I have done for the past 35 years.
Well, I mean, just because you feel fine, sometimes it sneaks right up on you. Why, just the other day, I had somebody who was walking around thinking everything was great. Next day, boom, straight into the grave.
So, in my usual style, would you like to give me some sort of lying to my face roll?
I'd even like to back it up by claiming she's a miracle worker that helped my legs work again.
It's also 80%.
Okay, so before she makes that roll, would you like to give me a performance roll of some kind?
Sure.
To back up her story.
Is that in the anything else category in my skills, or is this also lying to someone, or?
You are a mimmer. Didn't you have a skill that resembles some sort of performance?
But he's also a monarchy, aren't you? So, distract somebody is probably a good one.
Okay. So you need a D100 for me, a D percentile.
Yes, please. And could you add 2 challenge dice to that, please? So 2 D10s.
Yes.
Because you're trying to distract a member of the civil service that has no apparent sense of humor, time, taste, or scale.
My kind of guy.
I thought her joke was hilarious.
Okay, I rolled a 55. What do you want me to add to that?
So if you roll the 2 D10s, and then let me know if there are any challenges.
Challenges as in, sorry, new to the game, so I need some help here.
Yeah, so roll the 2 D10s and let me know if either of them is a odd number.
Both are 5s, 55. 50
so
and
they
5.
are both odd numbers.
Yes. 50 is a percentile.
On the D10. So roll 2 D10s as well as the percentile.
Oh, separate D10s. Okay, sorry.
Yes, please. And let me
a
know
4
if
and
they
a
are.
5.
So there is one challenge.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. Sorry.
And then if Amelia could do the same thing, so that would be rolling for lie to me.
Yeah. Do you want D8s or D10s?
D10s, please. These are challenges. It's very difficult to convince the civil service of anything that might be beyond the realms of fantasy.
Well, I am pretty
even
good
in a fantasy game.
I am pretty good
so
at
got a 6
convincing
and a 3.
people.
Sorry, say that again.
For the challenges, it's a 6 and a 3.
Okay, so that's one challenge.
And then the percentage is 67.
Okay, so that's a pass. And then what was Fidem doing at this time?
Well, I was allowing the mist to speak her words, but I'm pretty adamant about the church business. And although I understand that this place has been in, or some place of heresy for over 300 years, don't confuse the fact that nobody would want your job to the fact that we don't confuse it with as if we need you, because we don't. And while I can't do anything about maybe the heresy taking place in this exact building, I am very able to make sure that you will not see the light of day if the church so deems it. I'm obviously very threatening her and with calling the church upon her and inquisitions and anything.
So
I'm trying to do a convince. Trying to
murder worker,
big gun
subject, and God's servant. I love this.
Yep. So there have been 2 challenges rolled, and you're trying to put the final nail into the coffin and get this through. So I think this is going to be a convince someone roll.
Yes.
Which for you is about 80%. Now,
yes,
you would normally add 2 advantage dice when you're verbally interacting with agents of the crown.
Yeah.
I would say that she's suitably distracted, so I'm going to let you, I'm going to say 4 advantage dice. Ooh. And for this to succeed, you are going to need to cancel out the 2 disadvantages. So you need to
Okay.
succeed and at least cancel out the 2.
Okay, so which one do you
Disadvantages.
want me to roll first?
So percentile first.
Yes. Makes sense. That's 54, so that's a pass.
A success,
Yeah,
and then
success.
4 d8s, please.
D8s,
And we're looking
yes.
for a minimum of 2 successes.
And successes are odd numbers.
Odd numbers.
Yeah, so that's 3, 4 d8s. That is 1. That is 2 odd numbers.
So, successfully cancelling out the challenges with your compatriots.
Oh man, I thought I needed to have 3 3 successes.
So she kind of listens to this entire thing that's gone on with a complete deadpan expression. 0 emotion. Beat out of her through years of civil service work. And she does that wonderful thing that all civil servants do, which is looks at the clock. Realizes that this is more than her job. Okay, sir, please sign here, 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 and here, and I'll fetch the plans. And she hands you a document.
I sign it with the church.
The church.
Just maybe it's some
After
seal, like a seal ring or something. Just press it into the paper.
He does not care.
No.
That is somebody else's problem.
You know,
And-
if you are feeling under the weather, I could probably have you sent home for the day if that would make you feel better.
Ma'am, I clock off in exactly 35 seconds.
Oh, well, have a wonderful rest of
34,
your day. Drink some tea.
Yeah,
just
and
in
is
case.
sat there counting the seconds.
I take my clock to see if it works. The pocket watch. I'm efficient. Can't argue.
I
with it.
recommend chamomile
Excellent.
or lavender. It'll help you sleep.
Yes, ma'am.
Please
So-
fetch me the plans.
She does, so you will have a plans roll for your next planning session and moving forwards.
Alright.
So, Mummers. 6.
Yeah.
The good news is, you are a member of the Mummers Guild. You will know exactly who to go and talk to find out who is going to be on this
On the stage.
on the stage, or at least providing entertainment. And you find out 2 things. The first thing you find out is there's going to be a knife show. So they've managed to secure one of the knife throwing artists. And that's supposed to be a floor show. So I have no idea whose idea this was to have a wandering knife throwing person wandering about the tables doing sort of knife displays, but, you know, sounds safe.
Okay.
Almost like a sort of magician that walks between all the tables, but doing knife tricks. And there is also going to be a band playing for the ball. They are aware of your intentions to get onto the list, and they're happy for you to be a last-minute addition should something happen to one of the other acts. So your name is first in the queue.
That's great to hear. Thank you very much, my friends.
Not a problem. So,
Help me out. Who are the people that are going to do their shows? Because I'm very curious about that knife guy, for example.
okay. So the knife guy
Or gal,
Yeah.
who knows?
is the amazing Humberto.
Of course. Yes.
And he is renowned throughout the city for being one of the world's greatest knife throwers and knife experts. Can just make knives appear in his hands and, you know, William tell apples off people's heads at 5 paces and other such amazing acts that he can do. And the band is the Stone People. who are
They seem lively.
yeah, they're kind of into this this new sound. It's got a 4/4 signature. They sing about times when they were left by themselves and had to come up with interesting ways of doing things.
Do they have that vocalist that goes like this?
Yes, that's
The
right.
stone people, yeah.
Mick the Chick.
Yes, Mick
That's
the
the
Chick.
guy.
Yeah,
That's the guy, yeah.
I saw the band once.
I do like
Yeah.
that one.
So, those, you know who the two acts are.
Great. Like to find this supper club or wherever they are at the moment. So this is
Excellent.
what they're gonna do because I'm loving it already. And thank you again for this favor.
So, that concludes the legwork portion. So, you get a choice now. You can either go directly back into legwork, and that's fine. You can just make some stuff up and we'll roll with it. Or we can go into a planning section.
I would suggest a planning session.
Yeah, I was going to say
Talking
planning.
about
it. So the good news for everyone is that we're changing sections. So I will add 4 more heat to the pool.
Yes.
Good news, yes,
Good
exactly.
news, yes.
That's how we call it as well.
Wonderful news. And then you have 15 minutes to prepare, and I will also, for your pleasure,
Throw up the plans. Okay.
bring up
Nice.
5 hours. That would be interesting to give you 5 hours planning time. We're going to give you 15 minutes. Of
I have to
planning
get
time.
to real close to the screen because I can't zoom in on the map. Because when I do, I change the entire overlay.
It's fine.
Oh, that
thank
makes it.
you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's helpful.
So
So,
I will leave it to the other players to memorize the map.
I can,
We're very
I can send a
interested in-
screenshot to you, can I?
so the
That'll
bits,
help.
the bits we're most interested in are number 3 is the ballroom.
Obviously.
Number 5 is a conservatory. Number 6 is the terrace. And number 4 is the entertainment room. And then the kitchens are over here near number 9, number 10.
Yeah, I was going to say, where's the kitchens?
Yeah, that is
Number
9 and 10 over here. So 9 is a kitchen, 10 is like the private dining room for the servants. 15 all over here, this is the coach yard. So you can expect people to arrive in the coach yard. Well, they would actually be delivered to the grand entrance, taken through, and then the coaches will come round, wait here with all the servants in number 15, and then the guests will be collected from the front entrance and taken away. Main action will be in the ballroom, and then you have, as I say, the balcony, a sort of conservatory, glass-fronted conservatory here, and sort of a sitting room, waiting room. Number 2 is also a 2-story library, if you're interested. But anything on this, just ask, and I will tell you immediately. And it might be easier if I just bring up just the ground floor. So there is just the ground floor.
Excellent. Well, I'm
Okay.
quite pleased to see that you've all gathered some very useful information. And now we just need to discuss and see how we use this information to obtain our goal.
Now, 6, what were you able to find as far as the entertainment went?
Well, we have the amazing Roberto who's trying to not to stab everyone else to death by doing fancy work with knives. He goes for apples and hopefully not when they're in people's hand just about to eat. And we have a band called the Stone People. So I presume that if I'm the only one that needs entrance during the entertainment, we can just see if we can find Humberto and feed him a knife. If we want more, on the other hand, we might need to get the Stone People away.
Well,
So, how are you, or how good are you at carrying things.
I'd rather not.
You
Neither
don't
do my
want
friends from the other side, though.
So, my dear friend, the chef for this party is looking for someone who could be a server, as they seem to have some quite foolish people out there who keep dropping things. And so, perhaps, if you were so inclined, you could perhaps bring the drink to the lady.
Well, we need as many people as we can inside of that building. I can get in and out, no problems. Don't worry about that. I think
I would probably.
yeah, the mummer can probably get in as entertainment. So maybe it's something for
Our brawler, the warden.
Yeah, I think.
Samantha, I know that you're good at doing things for me, and you're quite knowledgeable about my specific potions and or powders, as it were, and my tonics. So you might just be the best choice.
you might have to
Yeah.
do something about that attire because I don't think that they will appreciate that.
I think you
it
look
will
just
it
fine.
will stand out a bit, I think.
Is
Oh,
it
that-
a uniform? Do they?
I mean, she also is going to stand out quite a bit. I heard that her,
She does dress rather fabulously.
yeah, and her dress is. You said her hair was purple, right? That's
Yeah. I just
It's-
murmur to
that's
myself when you're calling her out, and I'm like,
I'm just saying, it's an interesting color scheme. Like
it reminds me of the
for
Wilds.
such a lady of her position.
And she was wearing a green dress. Is
Yes.
Green
right?
dress and purple hair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not particularly well made, as I was told.
Oh.
But
So we might have a way in for our mummer friend, and we might have a way in for our warden here. How about yourself? Any idea on how? you
well,
would
if
be
it
able to get in?
absolutely comes down to it, I suppose I could offer myself to be a carrier, or if we decide to go with the quarantine distraction, perhaps we could convince someone to allow me to check the patrons as they come in and make sure they're not displaying any symptoms of the illness, just to be safe.
I
Well,
might also add, alma liquor is her favorite.
in my experience, in these sort of things, the more extreme we can go, the better it will be, I think.
Oh.
So, this distraction might not be a bad idea if you could arrange it. Otherwise, would it be helpful if you were maybe in the kitchen as helping the chef, the
I
staff?
see no reason why I can't do both.
So my question to you is, as we're sort of getting towards the halfway point here, you're going to either have a planning session or a legwork section next.
Yeah.
So I think we've now advanced the plan such that I think we have ways into the building.
Yeah.
So the next thing to think about is, what are we going to do?
Well, I had another suggestion before that because Samantha, you were telling us that she has her own security detail and a
She
specific
does.
head of security that was very helpful to her.
Yeah, she has her own private security that
Yes.
arranged kind of exits and entrances.
It might benefit us if this specific security detail is not working the evening of the ball.
I suppose if he's close enough to her, something could happen to him. You know, some of us don't quite hold our alcohol as much as we should be able to.
I was actually
And,
hoping to take out the security before
I
they
was
enter the ball. Maybe the day before, if we can find out, there should be a moment where they're on a break or leave for the evening or anything. And
So, when you were scouting out the senator, you did notice that he would leave for an hour at lunchtime. That was why you couldn't sort of tail him the whole time. He left to do something else, and so you do know that they are apart for at least an hour a day.
Doesn't also the quarantine help if we just can't let him go near to make her exit?
We can quarantine her.
We can switch up the vehicle, ask her to get in, and drive off.
yes, that would be a plan. I really like the plan that we had with poisoning her. and then taking her
Once she
out.
feels sick, she has to go. Then we put her in the cart.
That's a type of poison.
She would just be feeling a bit under the weather.
We didn't have to kill her, preferably.
Mm-hmm.
But if she feels unwell, she wants to go home, the detail is gone
Well,
because
we
they
might
can't get in,
We
and we
might
drive off.
we don't even need to use poisons. If I don't know if you have any experience using shellfish in your brews,
Good.
that might cause
Well-
some sort of allergic reaction.
Might be able to do something about that as well. So, what if, instead of giving her some type of poison, what if we gave it to him? Because if they show up together, he doesn't feel quite well, but she doesn't realize it. If she was to eat something that made her feel quite bad, such as shellfish, she would need to get out of there pretty quickly. And she would assume it's him in the car, but if he's not feeling well, perhaps we could switch him out with someone else. I mean, really, whichever way. We could take him out beforehand or during. I don't really care. I'm just trying to make it easier for you. I myself don't particularly like to pick up bodies, so that's
would
going to be
like
on
to-
you, gentlemen.
I would like to take him out before the day of the ball.
Yeah.
It's
And if
just
we
a
can-
much easier.
question.
If we can take him out before, we can still try out the ball. We still have now we have a two-leg solution.
Okay, so I think we have the most parts of a plan being developed. So you need to think about who's going to take the lead on which of the scenes,
I
and
need to
how you
get-
want to go about it.
I presume that I have to take the lead to take out Humberto,
Okay, so
preferably with some help to get him out of the way.
I can be serving the drinks and if any poisons.
Yeah, so
okay,
but the day before, so we need to take out. It's not the day of the
Oh,
ball,
sorry,
but the day
sorry.
before.
That's me.
So you need some help taking out Humberto, and we would like to take out the head of security.
Yeah.
So we have two targets basically. So we could try and poison one of them, and we can try to take one out another way. So I'm
Yeah, we
pretty
could
good
just-
at.
If
Well, let's
Humberto
just be
swallows a
blunt and
knife.
call it assassination.
I like to call it tactical removal.
It's
Much
just a
better,
performance
thank
gone wrong,
you.
that's all.
So I could take out the head of security, and maybe it's just enough for Umberto to be really, really sick the day of the ball. So if we manage to poison him, or as I like to call it, a tactical food poisoning. I got nothing better.
yeah, I
A
got
tactical food mishap.
Yeah, tactical food.
Okay. So we've got so far 6 taking out Humberto with some help from a poisoner. We have Biden taking out the head of security by some means of inhumation. Is there anything else that you would like to do or sort out before you get there?
Did we decide who is Samanthan going to be the
I'm
server for the
Yeah.
chef, or did we decide something else for him?
We didn't
I was-
decide yet, if I'm correct.
On the day, I'd be serving, yeah, so.
Okay.
So I think you're
But
going to
this-
need serving uniforms and other things
Yeah.
of that nature.
Yeah, I'll go get some.
So
of my
I can
uniform.
take you to the chef if you'd like, or
Please
you
don't.
could just go by yourself. Either one. He said he trusts
Either.
my judgment, but he'll get you all squared away with everything you need.
And if you need to take care of that body, I can help with that. Fit him.
Yes.
I can
That will
give you a
be-
place to hide it. I'm not really in the touching. It's a bit below my station.
That's why
Just
I do
the cousin
body
of it.
work.
So the wardens have the ability to smuggle out a body or
Yeah.
a person under the cover of night. So if you're going to be doing an assassination run, the warden would need to go and prepare that. So you would be spending the time preparing it, spending your influence, and then it just happens at that time.
Okay. Can we hide the
Well,
body in the cart that we're gonna use to get her away? That'll be fun. There's some torture along the way.
I mean, it might startle her a little.
I think that's a few too many extras.
Well, I mean, it
Okay.
depends on if she feels like talking or not.
I just like the drama of it. We need some entertainment for this one, especially after the show.
Well,
you
I
could
mean,
bring a
also
few-
if it's her bodyguard, you know.
I could keep a few fingers, and an eye, and the face. Maybe
like
we don't need
you.
the whole body. We don't need the whole body.
What if we put him in the trunk?
Is
That
anyone,
way, if
is
she
anyone,
doesn't want to talk, then we can pull him out.
is anyone
But I don't
good
think
at,
he should just surprise her.
Nah, is anyone good at forging documents? Maybe we can forge a letter, something that he's leaving her for someone else or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, honey, if I came and told her, she wouldn't have any questions about it. I could make her believe that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the end of the planning session. So,
What did we plan? I forgot.
Murdering Humberto and murdering a bodyguard.
let's
I go get my
flip back
uniforms
to
and
this.
that.
Umberto just needs to be very, very ill.
Poisoned.
Do we still
Or
need
dead.
the quarantine distraction?
Maybe later.
Uh,
like it's.
so that
That's
sounds-
just in case.
So
Yeah.
this all sounds like planning.
Oh,
And
sorry.
what we're going to do now is go straight into the next legwork section. So what I've got written down is the first thing that's going to happen is Six is going to make a run at Humberto to try and make some sort of accident or incident happen. So who is also going along with you?
I don't know if you needed. So I assume I'm busy getting my contacts and.
Yeah, I think the poisoner was going to. No.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
I'll kill whoever you need me to kill. Just let me know.
So I've added 4 heat to the pool.
Yes, as one does.
Because
as
we've
one does.
changed. So, where are you going to track Humberto down the day before a big job of his?
I presume he's making sure he's practicing somewhere, preferably not around people, just to make sure that he's completely prepared. And so I presume an empty or backstage area somewhere or some rehearsal area.
Okay. So, the local theatre that the Mummers own as a sort of stage and rehearsal area.
I believe
That's
that would be the most best way to find him.
Okay. So, how are you going to approach him?
Openly and just starting with congratulations, my dear man.
Of course, congratulations are in order. I am the great Humberto.
I heard that. I'm very curious about that, though. What are you going to do? What are you going to do for the entire night, even?
I believe you would even have to ask such a question.
Yeah, my name's
I-
Adele.
I don't know if you've noticed, am the great Humberto.
Well, I hope you notice. At this moment in time, you look astonishingly well. So you got that covered. Love that.
He's right.
Dig
You
that.
do look quite nice.
Of course I do.
And this is even the rehearsal part, not even the show yet. So I'm digging this, my man.
Are
Love
you
it.
wearing this outfit? Is this what you're going to wear?
And I think this is the first time that he notices you, and he kind of looks scathingly at you and says, you obviously do not know the great Humberto. This is merely trappings for rehearsal.
Well,
And
you
he
look mighty fine.
He points over to a complete robe of flowing cloth of gold, with a cloth of gold tunic, a giant hat with a beautiful big, almost an entire peacock, basically, on top of his head. Yes.
I'm gonna walk over and not quite touch it, but kind of like put my hand over and be like, "This is magnificent. Who did you have make this? Did you make this?"
Humberto would never reveal such tawdry information, especially to one such as yourself.
Well, I must say it is a beautiful work of art, and I, for one, would love to see how you look in it. I cannot imagine.
So, because I don't think anybody would ever look at that kind of a costume and say those kind of words, would you like to give me some sort of convincing that you like to see me fully dressed up? Kind of a role, maybe?
Do you want like a lie?
Yes, I think lying to my face or some sort of convincing me to do what you will is what we'd be after.
Okay, is it the 8s or 10s? Because it was 8 the first time.
This would be a percentile to start.
Okay.
So I don't think there's any difficulty involved in this.
Okay.
Lie to someone would probably be good enough.
It's 80%.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh no, just kidding. It's backwards. Haha. 18. I thought it was 81, and I was like, dang it! It's 18. It's backwards.
18. That's fine. So he kind of brushes himself up a little bit and says, well, the great Humberto would hate to disappoint a fan. And walks over and starts stripping.
Well, alright.
Well,
I think what he's doing as well is he's kind of doing that thing that we've all wanted to do in life but can't, where he sort of reaches up his arm like that to take off the...
Would you mind getting my thing over there? I'm just gonna make like womanly approving noises as he's changing.
I think because of an 18, I'm not going to have you lie to me again.
well, that was a question. Do we have anything, at least out game for a bit before I start to talk to Umberto in the way that I wouldn't? Do you want to poison him? Is this something with his touch we can do in his clothes, or we want to stab him now he's not looking?
Well, he's certainly distracted, so I'm going to leave that to you. It's getting dangerously close to planning, so...
We're not allowed to discuss this.
I
Just
believe
do
he is.
something.
I believe he is distracted.
If he's distracted, I'm running up, and I'm, especially when he's down tying his shoes or anything, that's the exact place to plunge a knife into ass and or neck.
And I
Preferably both.
like kind of step into him and like turn us so that his back is to him.
Okay, so I think what you're doing is distracting somebody.
Me?
So would you like to... Yes. So would you like to distract somebody with 2 challenge dice?
Which one is that again?
So that is... start off with the percentile, which I believe is 80% for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna use these ones because they did me good last time. 25.
Yep, so that is a success. And then can you roll me 2 d10s, please? And let me know if there are any odd numbers.
6 and an 8.
So that is a no. So that is absolutely fine. He is suitably distracted. And so you were going to try and run up and stab him with a knife.
Probably both. I seem
Excellent.
to have 2 as if I look into my equipment, so...
I think this is beautiful on you. I cannot.
So you do have 2 knives. What you don't have is any particular stabbing thing.
No, really not.
So I believe this is going to be an anything else roll, which is a straight up 50%, please.
Fair.
You stab him with your nail.
But I'm just adding the
I have
color
a
red to his
Since he is
clothes.
suitably distracted, would you like to give me 2 boon dice? So give me the percentile roll first, and then we'll roll some d8s.
Oh, not digging this one. 83.
Right. So that leads us on to an interesting discussion about luck. So everyone starts with 100 luck.
Okay.
You can only spend them in increments of 10. So you've currently failed by 33, which means
Okay.
you're going to need to spend 40 luck of your 100 for this to succeed.
Okay, yeah, well, seeing as not as I can't get in, if this fails, I presume so.
Okay, could you please roll me? You were going to be rolling me 2 boon dice to start. Would be great.
And those are D10s, if I'm correct, right?
D8s, please.
D8s.
Because he's distracted.
Okay. Double 5s.
So that is 2 boons, which is good.
Okay. For me.
What that means is
presume.
you would normally do plus 10 damage for each of your knives.
Okay.
You've actually... He was suitably distracted, his head was down. You're not really that much of a fighter, you're a thief. You have plunged these daggers directly into the guy's heart,
Epic.
which is lovely. However, I'm going to spend some heat.
To create a zombie knife thrower, I'm a fan.
Because,
I have a question.
yes,
This might be backtracking. I don't know if there was somewhere I should have said this earlier. If his blades were poisoned, would that matter?
would have helped.
Oh, okay.
That would have done more damage.
That would have been a great idea.
So, at the moment that you're doing this, this is an open practice space. And a citizen has wandered in knowing that this is where the great Humberto likes to hang out and practice to try and get his autograph. So,
Awesome.
a concerned citizen has just walked in and screamed and turned around. So, you have a couple of options. He's about 10, maybe 15 feet away. So I'm going to give you... There's no real conferring allowed, it's not a planning session, but what's your immediate reactions to somebody walking in and screaming as you've just plunged 2 daggers into their idol?
I think if I can make it, I would run and close the door so he can't run away. If I would be fast enough.
I don't think you'll be fast enough for that. I think you
Okay,
could be able
fair.
to catch him before he leaves the building, but I don't think you're going to be able to get in front of him if you want to immediately run.
Then I would try to catch him, because that's my safest bet, to make sure he doesn't leave yet, and then we can figure out what to do with him later.
Okay.
Is
So,
the guy dead or like dying?
oh, yeah, the dagger, instant kill. So
Oh, okay.
what he rolled, instant kill.
Roll +1, guys!
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Just
what would
think
you
of
like
the
to do?
craziest thing you can. I mean,
Yeah,
Well, I
it's
was
definitely the game.
6 is
for-
going to run after the guy. What are you going to do?
maybe convince him he's into knife play. I don't know.
Do it.
Want to join up, Bubba?
Jason away from.
This is not what it looks like.
So,
This is...
if you're going to go down that route, what I'm going to say is that 6 is going to be trying to get over towards him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have the ability... Nope, that's not on your sheet. So, you do have the ability to distract somebody. So if you think you can slow him down by shouting something suitably distracting right now...
His name is Umberto, right?
Yes.
Okay. She's just going to be like, Umberto, how dare you take such liberties with me? We are in a public space.
Okay, we're going that route. Interesting.
You would have fallen forward, right, if you went knives in the back?
So, would you like to give me... So this would be, I suppose, an intimidation? Yes. So, could you give me a distract someone roll, and I'm going to ask you to roll 4 challenge dice.
Okay, so the challenge dice are
straight up. Yeah, so straight up a percentile roll first.
$71.
Which is a success, and then 4 d10s, please. Counting the number of.
6, 1, 6, and 5.
So 2 is the answer. Okay, and then you're going to try and catch this guy and
Yes.
stop him from doing whatever he's going to do.
Or if I can't catch, maybe something else that I'd like to ask, is seeing as I'm new to the game.
Yep.
I can plant something.
Okay.
Like, I'm at the stabber. He has the knives. I didn't do shit.
Okay.
Love it.
So I think that's going to
Deflect
be...
blame.
I think for the difficulty here, this is going to be conceal an object. So I believe what you're going to try and do is put the bloody knives in his hands.
There we
and
go.
then shout out.
Can I help?
No, you're shouting at the door.
Okay.
So
Somebody stabbed your boyfriend in this enclosed space of fun, and he's now running away. Bloody knives and all.
okay, would you like to give me a conceal an object roll then, please? And
Yes, I would.
2 challenges.
Okay, does it matter that I have the ability called plant, or is that just because of the...
Do you?
Well, I have with the thief, I have equipment, then plant, when you leave something on their person without them noticing.
Ah, so that would be planting. Okay.
Ah.
At which points then we can use that as a pickpocket. So pick someone's pocket rather than the conceal object. So it's an 80% success.
That is 50% better. I'm a fan.
It is.
Okay, so you
we
need a
can do
percentile
that.
dial for me first?
Yes, please.
Planting a garden.
God damn it. I need these rules in D&D. 91!
Okay. So that is going to need to be another 20 luck to succeed.
Well, I'm going back to 40 total now, if I'm correct.
Do it.
Yes, that would be correct. And can you roll me 2 challenge dice, please?
And those were D8s, right?
D10s.
Dang it. Someday I'll learn. A 1 and a 7.
So that's another 2 challenges. Okay. So you successfully plant the knife on the guy.
Murderer!
And the city watch arrives. And immediately, you're a mummer, he's a commoner. They're not going to ask too many questions. They're going to see the bloody knives on the guy. You're shouting murderer, they arrest him.
Yeah, that's so brutal.
And what I'm
You
going to
took her
do...
boyfriend away, you monster!
And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a note of those
Lost knives.
challenges. And that might come back later.
Ooh.
So, we're now going to move on to... That was exciting. So I think we've got what we needed. Humberto is successfully taken care of. We're on to Fidem and the security guard.
Yes, head of security. Samethan, were you were also involved in this, right? You were going to do this together, I think.
Mhm.
So there was something that you could do, maybe prepare a way for the body to disappear.
Yeah, I could when I go get there's something I wanted to do with my contacts, and I can't
Yes.
remember what it is.
So, you have the ability to get your contacts to have someone or a person or a body
Oh, yeah.
transported.
I remember, it was to get
So good time to introduce this. This is your influence token. So that is the influence that you have with your guild for that to happen.
Mhm.
So spending that will allow that to happen.
Mhm.
So that's been set up and taken
Spent.
care of.
Yeah.
And where would you like to intersect with this head of security then?
Well, there was a lunch moment where we lost track of the head of security. But do we think there might be a better opportunity at night?
That sounds dangerously like planning.
We could.
This is roleplay, I ask him while we are walking the streets.
I would say, well, it would probably be better, but I don't think he has lunch. That might be dinner, I think, actually.
I think that lunch or dinner will be okay.
So, where are you going to find him for lunch?
Yeah.
Where does he eat lunch?
It was at the restaurant, wasn't it? That Amelia, I assumed, or nearby.
Okay, so the small Italian restaurant. Okay.
Conveniently close enough for me to also find out about my unit as well.
So, approaching the small Italian restaurant, you do actually see the head of security. And he looks a little bit like this.
Yeah.
And he is sat, helmet off, at one of the outer tables, just enjoying a small glass of red wine, still sort of looking through the menu. It's moderately busy in the restaurant, not overly busy, but you could certainly walk in and get a table should you wish.
I'd like us to get. I have an idea. I say to.
So, if the warden is going with you into the restaurant, I'm going to add 2 heat to the pool.
No, it would be just me and Fidam.
Yeah, you are the warden.
You are the warden.
Oh, sorry, me. Oh, sorry, me.
So I'm going to add 2 heat to the pool.
It's you.
I hold up my hand. I hold up
wardens.
my hand and
No, it's because like when you said one, I assumed like it was my head and like the guy
No.
mentioned it. Real confused.
Right. That's you.
I think I might have this covered.
Okay. I'll wear it here.
I just have to look one thing up. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to walk in the restaurant through the front door, nose high in the air, and I take a seat at the table where the head of security is sitting, like right across from him. Ooh, mosquito.
Okay. He barely registers your approach.
Yeah.
Clergy are everywhere in the city, especially in noble districts, so you're not going to cause any sort of chagrin by being there.
Can I have maybe beforehand sort of have church members come in and around and spread rumors of heresy that this person has
That's
committed?
the kind of thing that you would have need to have set up.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I thought it's for spending influence, but yeah. No, that makes total sense. No, okay. Well, in that case, I just look him straight in the eye. Is he looking up, or is he still regarding?
Yeah, he's looking round at the patron.
Excuse me, sir. Forgive me, for I'm about to sin. And I punch my hand forward, and underneath my sleeve there's a hidden blade that erupts from my lower arm as I stab him through the head.
So we're just going daylight murder.
Yeah. I'm dressed in white. I'm having wrist short swords. I'm going full Assassin's Creed on this one.
Okay.
I love it that the warden is waiting outside for the heat, and you're just gonna be murdering.
Yes.
So, would you like to give me a stabbing somebody in the middle of the day while at lunch?
Yes.
In a slightly crowded restaurant.
Yes, I will.
While wearing white robes.
Yes, I would love to.
Heretic.
So that's 39.
That is definitely a success.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give you a couple of options here. You certainly have the skill to take somebody out in one go.
Yeah.
That's not going to be questioned here.
Yeah.
my question is, what are you going to do next?
What I'm
Because that
going,
will depend on what we roll next.
what I'm going to do next is very simple. As the air starts shimmering around me, and I take my holy symbol in my hand, air starts shimmering around me, and it almost seems as if I fold into myself and I disappear. And I reappear next to the warden as I teleport out of there using
The church.
the
So-
church sorcery.
I will, for that then, any spot you can see, how accurately you arrive at your destination. Okay, so you need to roll for accuracy.
I know.
So that is a 90%.
Yeah. That's 20.
Yeah, so that is a success.
Yeah.
Could you please now roll me 4 challenge dice?
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. So that's 3 odds and 1 even.
Excellent. So, I'm going to add 10 heat to the pool.
Yes.
Because what's just happened, for anybody that doesn't know this game that well, is that he has stabbed the guy, and then the church have this ability to just disappear and reappear somewhere else, leaving behind an inky black cloud, which will not dissipate for about 10 minutes. So everybody in the area is going to know that a church person did this. Now, for the 3 challenges, you were brilliant at it. You absolutely disappeared exactly as you meant to and reappeared directly next to the warden as intended. 5 feet from the entrance of the the restaurant,
Oh, no.
exactly where you left it.
Oh no! Run!
I see the white robes flapping around.
Oh yeah, covered in blood. About 5 feet, about that 10 feet from where you were.
I'm panicking now, thinking.
Oh.
Do I see the smoke coming out of the?
Yeah. Oh yes. So I'm gonna spend 12 influence, 12 heat even. Everybody in the restaurant panics and is now running around, screaming about church murder, bumping into you as they flee, and 4 palace guards come charging towards the restaurant. So you're going to have time to react.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do to react?
Would I? Sorry, go on for them.
No, you first. I was just looking at some.
I'm thinking, would I be able to run in, using the chaos of the scene, grab the warden, prop him on my shoulder, and carry him as if I'm trying to help him, and then take him away to an obscured corner where my cartel will pick him up.
So, I think if you're going to go down that route, your cartel will just come and pick the body up. They know exactly what you were going to do.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's an inky blackness going on at the moment around where the body is. I think we can probably just say that's going to be taken care of by the influence you spent.
Alright.
So what are you going to do about the 4 guys running at you?
Are they coming for me?
Well, they're coming for the pair of you because
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have advantage on any roll I make to interact verbally with agents of the crown, which I assume
Okay.
these guards are.
Yep.
And I'm pretty good at convincing people, so I'm just going to try and bluff my way out of this.
Okay. Mr. Warden,
As I just,
what are you going to do?
I just stand there and hold up my holy symbol, as if everyone should know what that means.
Okay. Are you just going to let this happen, Mr. Warden, or are you going to try and do
I
something?
don't know if I'm thinking if I'm gonna have to help him, or I'm gonna run away.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you run. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
All right. Oh, I'm running. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm out of here.
So I think if one person's going to stand there and everyone's screaming about a church murder, one additional person running away in a crowd is not going to be any trouble at all. So, Mr. Church, 4 palace guards come running up to you. What are you going to do?
Church business. I just call out. This man has committed heresy of the highest regard, and the church deemed him unfit for life.
you exiled him.
His soul and body needed to be banished and purged from the city.
Okay.
And
I think now, if you're going to claim heresy,
yeah,
I think what we're going to say is that I'm going to be taking your influence token.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I totally accept that.
So your influence is gone.
Yeah.
And I would like you to make me a convince someone roll
Yeah.
with 4 challenges, please.
Yeah, and I
Now it would normally be 4 challenges, but because of your ability, that goes to 2 because you get 2 boons for reacting with the crowd.
Yeah. So a 10 and a 0. That's
Would be a 100.
yeah.
So I think I'm going to be.
just checking.
So the good news is it's an 80, and you need to roll under the 80.
Yeah.
So I believe that's going to be 30 luck.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 30 luck. All right.
And then could I have 2 challenges, please?
Yes. Also D10. Those are 2 odds.
Excellent. So they believe you. You have convinced them. But this is really not looking good now. There have been 2 murders in the space of 1 afternoon in a 2-block radius.
Both linked
So-
to the
You're not going to get arrested because church
Good.
business, there's not really much they can do about it. But security in this area is now going to be ramped up a lot, meaning that you are going to be drawing double heat for being in this area at any one time. And there is now going to be a lot of Crown Palace Guard people about for the
Yeah.
remainder of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Now,
Worth it.
totally worth it. So, those were the 2 sections that we wanted.
Yeah.
So, we're coming up to what could potentially be our last planning success. My question now is everyone okay? Do we need to take a break?
I do need a little bit.
All right. We can just
I think now would be a good time.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be a perfect time. So I can just throw it. Let me prepare a sort of break screen. Right.
Sorry.
Magic.
I suppose I
Magic
could.
minutes of changes.
Are on a break. Back in 5 minutes.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
I can't
Usually
see.
I've like. Oh, no. Okay. It's there. Okay. Lovely people.
Hey, 1 minute, I'll be back.
Be right back. We are right back in 5 minutes. So stick around. We will see you in a moment. So we're back, everyone. We were just discussing that we did really well on that last
We
language
did. I think we
scene.
did.
We have obtained everything that we needed to obtain. We did everything we wanted to do, and yeah, all in all, it was great. And we're ready to continue with our last planning session. Do we still have some questions beforehand? We were doing some out of character asking the DM.
Oh no,
questions.
my question can be done in character as a
Okay.
suggestion.
All right.
So, changing back then to a planning, I get to put 8 heat into the pool, as discussed. And we'll be going into a plan. So just for full disclosure, you have 2 sessions left before the job. So this can either be plan, legwork, job. We can go plan, ignore that, go straight into the job because we're fully ready to go. Or you can do a plan. So you can actually have 30 minutes of planning if you want to get there, but then there'll be no time to set anything up. It will just be plan, go.
Yeah.
So now that we're all aware...
A quick question. As the murmurs would ask me to now fill in for the great, sadly stabbed to death Hermerdo by a crazy fan, or do I still have to take action on that?
So you can now spend an influence, and that will just happen.
Okay.
So I will take your influence coin.
Okie dokie.
And that just...
We've got
So you are now...
Well,
You are now.
I think that could have gone a little bit better, but
Well, I apparate back into the room.
Holy shit!
My white cloak fully covered in blood.
It gets old. He does it every 5 feet.
And I say, I think that went pretty well.
well,
I just look at you.
Well, we made a grand spectacle, but I'm not sure what you did. It looks
I mean, it's a
amazing.
spectacle, right?
Okay.
Oh,
So I'm going to remind you, you now have a way in for 2 potentially more members of the cast to get inside.
Yeah.
You have somebody doing serving, and you have somebody doing entertainments. So we need to figure out a way of kidnapping and getting away with it.
Yes.
you said, Doctor, you'd had a way of getting them out.
yeah. So I can produce a little something. We still. Let me make sure I understood this properly. The security guard has been taken care of, correct?
He has, definitely.
Yeah, he's not getting up.
Okay.
If you want some body
No.
parts, we could get those
Just,
for you if you'd like.
I didn't want to assume whose blood it was,
It was actually wine.
So I
Spill.
think I could produce a concoction of a type that would make the dear senator feel under the weather and perhaps a bit woozy and decide it's time for her to go home. Do we know that the security is like buffed now?
Yes, you can infer that there's going to be much tighter security around everything due to the 2 murders. I will say, if you're going to be making a poison, if you read the card that the poison has on it, there's a couple of things you need to say. Namely, end result, delivery method,
Yeah.
and something that could potentially go wrong.
I will do that in just a second. My question for the group is, you said we needed a distraction, and since my 24-hour quarantine does not seem to be needed anymore, I can, however, do what we in the industry like to call a bait and switch, where perhaps the most overlooked vehicle of the area is, a hearse, something that moves bodies. And since we have just had 2 very unfortunate stabbings in the city, there will of course be some funerals happen, maybe sooner than you know. And I don't think a hearse driving past the mansion would cause that much attention.
I think that
If we can get her into it, we can get her out of there.
I think that's an excellent idea. And I also had another plan. So we have a mummer on the inside that will be providing entertainment for the evening. When I was a young boy, I once saw a magician perform, and he had this trick where he had a box on stage, and he asked for a volunteer from the audience. Now, what if our volunteer is the dear senator? And what if, while she was going into the box, she fell asleep for some reason? You would disappear her. We would take the box out off the stage, move her into the hearse, drive off into the sunset.
I assume you're going to suggest you appear on stage using your church magic.
I can appear, and then once we take the box away, I can appear on stage and make
I
a
would
deep
say it might make some people quite suspicious if you can't return the dear senator to the crowd.
Well,
That
she'll be long gone.
Well, yes, but we still have some of our fine patrons within the building, and I would hate for Styx, for you to get captured or taken in under such.
So currently, you do have one influence in the party. So if Six is going to be performing a magic trick, which well within his capabilities and well within the gift of the Mummers Guild, maybe it might be worth scanning your sheets to see if there's some way you could spend the other influence of the party to make this plan happen.
I presume that using the Mama Run Theater... No, that's not something we can use. Stage a performance or play as cover for your activities. Can I have some help? A double or magician or something that... These look like props, like another coffin.
That's definitely the sort of thing you could do. You know what she looks like, you know what she's going to be wearing.
So we can just have a murmur dress up as her for the remainder of the party.
So if you wanted somebody to act like her, I could take the final influence.
If nobody else has something else, just bring out whatever.
My influence would be used to obtain the hearse that is going to be dropped through the city.
This would be the idea. So the way I understand this magic trick, because as the church we need to know if actual magic is happening or whether it's just a parlor trick, which of course this is. Usually these boxes have a hidden compartment. So our dear senator would be in the hidden compartment. You show the box is empty. We take the box off the stage. The mummer dressed up as the person enters the stage from the other side or maybe somewhere from the room and go like, no, I'm
From the
still
back,
here.
that would be quite entertaining, wouldn't it?
So our senator reappears. The real senator is in the hidden compartment in the box and we take her out in the hearse.
Okay. If that were the case, then I could make a potion or a tonic of a sort that would be inhaled when she enters the back of the box. In which case, she would be knocked out for a period of time, perhaps, I don't know, a couple hours. And a potential dangerous aspect of its use could be that perhaps if Styx were to inhale any of it, he would also fall
Have his
asleep.
little snooze.
Unless you meant dangerous to her.
No, that's absolutely fine. No, that's great. I don't need to make it any more complicated.
I would have gone for maybe she wakes up before the box leaves the stage. But
That could possibly have worked, but never mind.
this is funnier.
So I'm going to spend your influence now for the hearse. And what I'd like you to do for making the potion, could you please roll me 2 boons and 2 challenges? So 2 d10s, 2 d8s.
D8s are 8 and 2.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Do you want the D10s a percentile or just...
No, just 2 d10s, please. And then let me know what the...
0 and 4. So I guess 10. 10 and 4?
10 and 4. Okay, not a problem. 0 boons, 0 challenges.
Wait, did I do good or bad? I don't...
You did absolutely
Sure, it's fine.
Nothing.
nothing, and so that's fine.
This influence, then, is going to be for the Mummers Guild, I believe, yes? To arrange a doppelganger.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you, as the Mummer, then, please, roll me 2 boons, 2 challenge dice?
So 2d10 first, right?
Yes, please.
A 7 and an 8 to start with.
From the D10s.
Yes.
Okay, so that was 1 challenge. Yep.
And now 2d8?
Yes, please.
8 and a 2.
And 0 boons. Lovely.
So do we need my influence for the hearse?
Yes,
Do I need
so your
anything for
influence was spent for the hearse. Your influence is spent for the doppelganger.
that? Right, but do I need to do anything for that? Or
No, it just
Okay.
happens. No, it just happens. There will be a hearse at your disposal, ready to put a box in. They know what they're looking for. That's all fine.
Okay.
So, it's kind of up to you guys what you would like to do. There's still a couple of minutes of planning left. There is also another scene, should you require it, or you can just go straight to the heist.
I think we're ready. We just need to figure out where everyone's going to be during.
Well,
Yeah.
Samantha has to still get his chef's outfit
I do.
and go meet with the chef.
Okay.
That's one.
That's something that can happen in the intervening time. That's not going to require
Mhm.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm in through serving then.
Yeah, you'll
I'll be
be
into
with
it.
the mummers. You'll be going in.
Through the
I
kitchen.
presume that we do need to get the lady to room number 3, if I remember correctly. Because the ball was in 4.
The ballroom is going to be in number 3. Let's bring these up.
Yeah, ballroom's 3. Entertaining room is in.
Yep,
2?
entertaining room is in 4.
Oh, it's the
5
other
is
way
the
around.
conservatory. And the door is over here.
So when we have the magic trick, we do need her in room number 4, so we can actually get her on stage as the new senator. Welcome. I don't know what.
So
Yep.
we need somebody on site to convince her to go.
Yes.
Yeah, that could be me or Amelia.
Well, since that poor dear had her guard, that terrible thing happened to him, perhaps I should go see if she's feeling all right and maybe talk to her about things that could make her feel better, like watching a magic show or,
Or you could just go in and tell her that you've heard about this amazing magic show that she just definitely
Needs to see.
needs to see.
So is that going to be in the party, or is that going to be before the party?
No, during the party, I think.
This
Okay,
will be
so-
during the party.
Then you need some way of getting Amelia into the party, because currently...
Wasn't she
You've
coming
got-
through the
Well,
kitchen?
she'll be taking
Into the kitchen.
Samantha into the kitchen, right?
Okay,
She was coming with it.
so you're both going to be in the
Yeah, can we
kitchen.
both go in as like servers?
As many of you... He said he needed help. Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
assume that
Then,
means
yeah,
as
we
many
can
of you
both go
can.
in.
So we're going to have one person doing the magic act, 2 people serving. So what is Fidem going to be doing?
Well, I can support Amelia when she's trying to convince the target.
So going as a server.
Well, I was going. I don't-
At least put on new robes, man.
I don't,
There is
I don't
some
really
scope.
don't really want to dress up like.
There is some scope for you to be attached to the entertainment. So if you wanted to go in as an assistant,
I think
or-
I think that would be more up my alley. Yes, I can
Carry my
maybe
box.
change a robe.
I
and-
don't mean to be rude, but perhaps I should be the assistant.
Well, you are the one that has to attribute the poison.
I mean, if I hold on to the poison, if she passes me the poison.
Well, since she's inhaling it now instead of drinking it,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, never mind.
So that's going to be set up in the box, I believe.
We're not
So
going
you
to
can-
do another legwork session, right? So we can take, say, another 5 minutes to plan this out, and then just go for it.
Yeah, we can take another planning. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. We didn't really need another legwork, right? Right?
I don't believe there's anything. Yeah,
Okay,
well,
because
we spent the influence, right? So we're okay
Sure,
with
we
that.
got all the details
Yeah.
because last time it didn't go quite as we had planned.
So
The good news is
Well, it
I get
worked.
to add 8 more heat to the pool.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Dang
They
it!
have nothing, and dang, they're still alert.
Have you guys already figured out that I'm really trying to get
You're
more
just
heat?
trying to get us caught. Are you working for somebody?
He's taking us out of the frying pan.
Okay, so I think what you need is you need to know who's going to be where,
Yeah.
and what your job is. I wouldn't try and have more than one job for the
Exactly.
party. So
Okay.
we know what the magician's going to do.
Yes.
We
We
know,
know what the poisoner is going to do.
the poisoner is going to do.
Wait, what is the poison? Am I going as the assistant to set up the box?
Yes.
Or am I driving the hearse? What are we doing?
No, the hearse will be driven by your guild,
Okay.
by your
Okay.
cartel. So you'll be the assistant, and you'll participate in the magic show.
Yes.
Yes.
I could walk
now-
around the crowd beforehand, right? And try to gather people to the show.
Precisely. So that's something that you can definitely do to gather up some
Yeah.
personnel.
I could
So
just
what?
be there at the party, and also try to convince people to go to the show.
Okay, so 2 assistants for the magician.
Oh, I don't need
So-
to be an assistant. I can be.
Right,
A-
but there has to be a reason for you being at the party.
Well, I can just teleport myself into the building and then walk around.
Okay. Not a problem.
Why don't say it like that?
Do you
I'm trying to be really helpful here.
Well, your
Swallow your
helpfulness,
pride.
your helpfulness
Swallow-
is trying to get me dressed up as serving people.
is
Swallow your
there,
pride
is
for
there a
them.
way to get an additional influence?
Videm, you could
No?
take off
Okay.
your serving
Well,
robes to get in. Please, just swallow your pride for a second.
You know, because if you were looking for a disguise, I could have,
Okay.
gotten you one from the
well,
dead guy.
I guess it. I mean,
You'll be fine. You'll be with me.
I would say probably
You
change
again.
the robes is
Yeah.
At the
dude.
very
I
least.
will change
You
the
mean-
robes before.
We'll throw him in some smocks. Don't worry.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then, what is Samantha going to be doing?
Well, I'm serving, but so I don't know if you guys wanted me to do anything specific.
well. You'll
Right,
just have to go meet with my dear friend, and he'll take care of you.
So I will remind you that you do know what her favourite drink is. And
Yeah.
I
people
do.
tend to be more pliable. under
Oh
the-
yeah, I'll just be providing many almond liquors to her.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like-
Do
oh,
we
that's
only
a
want to
great
poison
idea.
the? Do we only want to poison her during the magic act, or you also want to weaken her constitution along the way?
Yeah. So I think that
I mean, by giving her all the almond.
Samantha had a,
I mean-
a great idea by feeding her the almond liquor, get her drunk a bit, maybe makes her more prone to participate in the magic show.
I mean, we could just double poison her if you really
Exactly.
want.
Just make sure the job's doubled.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I'm
could
a bit
just,
queasy. Then the gas is.
double the dose.
No,
Give her the
room for
elephant's
error
dose.
at all.
Okay, so you're only able to make 1 poison.
Okay.
So I think we're going to go
Yeah.
with the gas one. But if you're going to make her drunk, that's
yeah.
a type of poisoning.
I was gonna say. I was just about to actually say.
yeah.
But
It's another
I'm
time.
not doing it, so does that?
I mean, if you buy the almond liquor,
I think you just know what she likes to drink,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
that'll be enough.
a helpful start.
Well, if I have the same
Yes.
thing, perhaps we could bond over our mutual love of almond liquor.
Okay.
that could work. Yeah, I could walk past and I'll be bringing in my tray full of almond liquors, drinks, and then my favorite drink.
I'll just
And then
happen
just keep-
to grab
I'll just
your
keep walking
favorite,
past.
my favorite as well. What a coincidence!
Just
To
one
your
thing.
hell.
There's one downside to that plan, perhaps.
Okay.
We need Amelia as well, and preferably not drunk
Ah, good
or
point.
Yeah.
Oh, she
I'm
couldn't
not,
make her
I
own.
believe that she's also able to get drunk.
Let me do, because I have no job yet during this evening. So
I mean, if you want, but I have an 80% for out drinking someone, so
Same.
I have an 80% on convincing people, gossip with nobles, reading emotions, and stab someone.
I have a 65 on gossip. But I can outdrink whoever you'd like me to
So
outdrink. That's
I
not a
thought
problem.
once I
got gold someone 80%. So we got
once
good
I'm in the building,
cogs.
I can just maybe just walk around and gossip with the nobles and slip some drinks. Or Samantha will be slipping the drinks to the
Let's show.
yeah, and then we can try to coerce her to go see the magic show.
Okay. I think what's happening now is we go around in circles.
Yeah, I don't have any skills that could help us here except for stabbing people. So
That's all he wants to do.
When all goes awry, you just stab all people around her.
I don't know if it needs to be said,
I
but please don't stab anyone.
yeah, I can teleport and I can stab people.
We just set up a few dummies up for him. Like he started
please
being
don't
really
stab
serious.
anyone.
He started
Unless if it doesn't quite work out the way we intended and we need some kind of distraction,
I will stab people.
then
Yeah,
you could
don't
like
worry.
stab yourself and not like
the knife slipped
hurt
on
you.
you.
I'm just saying there's been a lot of stabbings lately. Maybe like hurt yourself.
I don't know the
Instead-
holy book that much, but I do know that stabbing yourself is not allowed.
Well, you're not if you die.
I mean, if you stab me, I should be fine. Maybe.
This sounds awesome.
I'm pretty good with a knife. though.
Okay.
So don't
No,
stab
I'm
me.
not going to.
I want
Put the
another
knife down,
scar
please.
or
Just
50.
chop off the sixth toe.
I'm
It'll
just
be
going to
fine.
improvise. Once I'm at that party, all bets are off.
Teleport. Don't teleport to the body. Teleport
no.
yourself out.
No,
Yeah.
yes.
Maybe
yeah,
just
yeah.
if you're gonna stab someone,
I agree. I already agreed to dressing up as
Oh my god.
sir.
What do you mean, servant?
Person.
Okay. I think it's time for the party. So, the Duchess de Comte's mansion residence on the edge of the palatial district. A beautiful Gothic-inspired ex-cathedral that has been transformed into a beautiful mansion. The ballroom is actually underneath that exquisite glass, making the ballroom a 5-story building, a 5-story sort of beautiful entertaining space. So, the first thing that happens is during the setup, a mysterious box is placed inside the waiting room as a magician and his wonderful assistants turn up and start setting up, which doesn't really cause any concern. The servers are all being attended to by the rather flamboyant Vincenzo, and no one seems to have noticed that an additional server has joined the ranks to help out, and seems to be very interested in ensuring that he's well supplied with almond liquor onto a large tray. Now, it gets towards the evening time. And I'm going to spend 25 influence. 25 heat, I should say.
Oh, damn.
Because that's how much you guys have been drawing down upon yourselves. Because of the incredible security risks that have been plaguing the city of late, the Duchess has seen fit to provide armed guards at the door, armed guards at every door inside, and private security guards for each of the guests to just sort of oversee them. So every single guest has been given an individual security guard
Okay.
that will be looking over them.
So the warden got replaced. Not the warden, the guy that was stabbed by a
Well,
priest.
he's not been replaced. There will just be an additional guard
No.
who'll be following around each of the guests, just taking care of their well-being. They are senators after all. This is a very high-profile event. So, who would be the first person to approach our Mark?
I'm waiting until alcohol's gone in, so...
Yeah, I assume like I would be walking
Excellent.
around.
So, you are a warden brawler. So, would you like to make me some sort of roll for keeping this person well topped up with alcohol? What do you
Would
think?
goad someone, maybe?
I don't think you'll be goading somebody, because I think that's more sort of trying to get them to fight you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that. I actually don't know what to be honest. I don't think I don't think distract.
So you could. You do have something called size someone up.
Okay.
So if
You
you were
reckon?
to roll me a size someone up roll,
Okay.
that will then be able to perhaps get a read on this person.
No, fuck. 99.
Hey. So you require an 80, so that's going to be 20 luck if you would like to succeed.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend those points.
Okay. So, she doesn't really know anybody at this party. Everybody who is a senator is high society, royalty, cartel puppets. She is none of these things. So nobody
I-
is kind of going anywhere near her.
Mhm. Would I be able to walk up to her and offer her a drink to ease the nerves? And
Yes. So the good news is that you're offering her favourite alcohol, because you know what that is. So, I'm just going to say, could you roll me 2 boons, please? So 2 d8s.
mhm. I got a 2 and a 5.
Okay, so that's 1 success on the boon dice. So she does smile at you, immediately can smell that wonderful smell of almond liqueur, and helps herself to 2 glasses.
No.
However, the security guard that is tailing her steps up and makes sure that you leave timely, and then
Mhm.
tries each of the glasses before handing them back to her.
Great call on the gas, boys.
Oh, I was like as I noticed this guard like watching me. I was hoping to strike a conversation and make my way away and open this person a drink.
Yeah, so he's not going to let you talk to
Mhm.
to the guest, and he's going to make sure that anything you hand her is suitable for consumption.
Can
What
I
if he-
start making my way kind of around the room, like, make sure you come see the magician. He is the grandest. Like, oh my goodness, it is such a tragedy what happened to the nun.
Absolutely. So, what are you going to be doing to try and get the business? What sort of role are we going to be giving here?
We we're gonna talk about how great the show is gonna be and how much of a tragedy the death of the other guy is.
But judging by the crowd, I think this is going to be gossip with nobles.
Okay.
So would you like to give me a gossip with nobles?
Percentage?
Yes, please.
Uh, 004 question mark?
Yes, so that is a 4,
Oh,
which is great. well below the 65 required. I think everybody is very excited. Cannot believe, wow, there's going to be an actual magician. We thought it was just going to be some boring knife guy throwing knives at us. But this sounds a lot more interesting.
It is. It's so much more interesting. And since there's been so many accidents with knives lately, it's probably a good thing that he's not here, if you know what I'm saying. And,
Absolutely. So if you're going to make your way over to the senator, I believe that Samanthan is going to be still in the area.
Okay.
So taking a couple of glasses.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk past her and then kind of stop. I'm sorry to bother you, ma'am. Is that almond liquor I smell?
She just kind of yes, it's almond liquor.
Did you bring that or did you get it from here?
Oh, no, that young man over there brought it.
Oh, I'm gonna look around and be like, that one over there?
Yeah. Yes.
And then I'm gonna flag him down and be like, can I get a glass, please, of the almond liquor? I didn't even know you guys had that here. I like to put a little bit of, liquid courage into myself before we do our magic acts. You're gonna watch it, aren't you? You're gonna be there?
Well, I suppose I could. I don't really like magic, but...
Really? Have you ever heard of my magician?
I don't know. Who is he?
Well, he's the greatest in the city. How long have you been here? I don't think I recognize you. How long have you been here?
So, would you like to give me some sort of role for gossiping with a... Well, she's not a noble, and that's what's great about it. She is one of the common folk who has risen up to be a senator. So I think we're looking at something like...
Lying?
I don't know.
Maybe again?
I mean, if we're going on par, it would be stab someone.
I'm not trying to stab her.
You're stabbing her emotions
Yes.
with your lies.
Yeah.
It's not time for that yet.
I think this is probably distract or lie to somebody or something like that.
Poison her.
No, I mean,
Poison
distract
her
or
with
lying is both
lies.
80, whichever.
Yes, so I think we're going to go with that.
Five.
A 5.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, I think that's
awesome.
a success. So she's definitely interested. Her bodyguard is a little bit less suspicious of, someone who's just chatting and drinking themselves. So he's not going to be too concerned about this. So it's getting towards the time of the performance.
Before that, because we've discussed a couple of options, and this is all going fine. This is going great. So what I would like to do is actually check out the back entrance, like the backstage area, and where we are going to exit the building with the box. And
Okay.
sort of scout around, sneak around, maybe see how security is going. I mean,
And stabbing
Okay.
and teleporting, of course.
spoilers, man.
So I believe you have a sneak around skill.
Yes, I have a sneak around skill, and that's exactly
So
what I want to do.
let's start with that and have a sneak around.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a 47.
So
It's a success.
there are 2 doors between where you're going to be and where you need to be with the box. There are armed security guards at both.
Yeah. 2 per door, so 4 in
One
total.
per door.
Ah, so 2 in total.
Yes. So one's at the main entrance, and one is at the door between the entrance hall and the side room where you're going to be performing the magic act.
Okay. Yeah. 2 security guards. Okay. I'll make my way back to the party then, and just mention to Samanthan in passing that notify him of the guards, and sort of discuss now that he'll be taking the first guard and I'll be taking the one at the second door. If things go down, we need to leave in a hurry, or they won't allow us to pass with the box or anything, then we both take one of the guards and they'll be done.
Okay, so at this stage, the magic act is just getting ready to start. I believe our senator is being escorted by the lovely Amelia into the room.
Would I be able to pass again with the drink?
Absolutely, and I don't think you're going to need to roll anything. I think everyone's happy that you're serving drinks and are just getting everyone inebriated. What I will ask is if Amelia would like to give me an out-drink roll. Because at the moment you're both being plied with quite a lot of alcohol.
Or again.
Wow, those dice.
I promise I'm not I'm not.
No,
it's real.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
So,
Chance.
Constitution of Iron, absolutely fine. So I think we're going to hand
scary.
over. I think we're going to hand over to the mama.
Well then. Welcome to the performance of the Shadow Man. And I'm making sure to put in all the theatrics. I'm taking the not bloody clothes of Humberto, because those are fine.
The golden ones. Oh, yeah.
As I start with just simple card tricks, just to make sure that, especially the people in the first few rows are engaged, that they know what's happening over there. There are moments that the mask comes off and it almost looks like it's just following you, but there's a small stick here in the back where you just have planted on this mask. Before talking about all my friends on the other side. And as I continue with the card tricks, there's small puffs of glitter going all around, just to make sure that people sneezing in their face, everything.
As a
Blasphemous
thief,
power.
this isn't really your expertise, I would suggest. So would
Unless
you like
it's
to
distracting.
Would you like to give me a conceal an object roll,
Okay, that I can do.
please? Because you're trying to do quite a lot of sleight of hand at the moment. It's not really your strong point.
I have a 9.
Can I
So
help?
apparently
your
it is.
strong- Yeah, it is your strong point.
I'd love to help.
Fine.
Forgetters everywhere!
So I think everyone's getting pretty into it. Clapping, applauding, gasps at the right moments. I think we're doing quite well.
Well, when everyone's riled up and ready for it, it's time for the grand finale of the show. And I need a volunteer, and I would like to especially welcome a new member of the Senate to join in the celebration.
So, she is currently deep in conversation with her new best friend while drinking copious amounts of alcohol. So,
Oh,
Amelia.
that's us, dear. Come, please. It would be an honor to do a trick just for you. And I kind of boop her on the nose, and then I take her hand and walk her up the stage. Is the security guard gonna step forward to follow us?
yes.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
he's not going
so-
to go on stage. He's just going to watch from the sidelines.
From the
But
side, okay.
He's going to be
I'm gonna
fairly close.
wave to him, but I'll take care of your charge. Don't you worry. And I'm gonna finger
So
wave
would you
to
like
him.
to give me a distraction or lie to somebody or
41.
that is fine.
So at that
Yes,
same
I'm
time,
gonna escort her up onto the stage.
Excellent.
I'll make sure to run up at the end and just help her get up, and also ask the security guard, never tell a secret that you might see. It's a magic trick
Okay.
after all. And I'll escort the lady upward
and
towards
in,
the box.
in that same time, I'm bringing the box out on stage, and also I'll be turning it around, as they do, and opening it up and turning it around and looking at the security guard and sort of try to convince him that everything is on the up and up. That I understand the position he's in, he needs to serve as security for this person, but everything's fine here. It's just a magic trick.
you need to roll for that. I think that's just a little bit of performance art.
All right.
So, what are we going to do?
Well, as all magic is usually making sure that people are distracted with one thing so I can do another, I would like to do exactly that with even more glitters than before. I'm going to empty the entire city's supply of glitter in this show.
Okay.
Just to make sure there's a lot of stuff going on. Some people are maybe just working for, I can never get this glitter away from my face again. Just to make sure I have enough distraction to bring her into the box and make sure that nobody can even see her fade out or however quick this poison will take effect.
Okay. So, let's discuss what happened when we were making the poison. 0 boons and 0 challenges. So, the poison is a success.
Okay.
She is successfully knocked out and concealed within the box. Okay? 6 is only gets a whiff of the aerosol, but is otherwise unaffected. Just maybe a little bit lightheaded for a few seconds, but otherwise completely
Liquor.
unaffected. So you reveal the box to be empty, to amazed gasps. Where's the plant going to be?
The murmur dressed up.
Yes.
She was at the back of the room, right?
Yeah, that would be the greatest thing. In the back of the room and just froze her.
Okay, so the good news is she's far enough away from the bodyguard for him not to clock her. You rolled quite well for the doppelganger. Only 1 challenge for the doppelganger. So at very close inspection, it would be a fairly easy for the bodyguard who's been with her all night to immediately clock that. I think far enough away. For those watching the stream and watching it back on, what it might be worth doing is going back about half hour, 45 minutes. Because I believe that when we were killing Humberto, a lot of challenges were rolled.
Oh no.
And it turns out Humberto was actually very well known and respected in the Mummers Guild. And the plant that you selected was actually his girlfriend.
Oh no.
So from the back of the room, spending the last 10 of my heat, she crying and drunkenly shouts out, "That's the man that killed Humberto!" And
Where's the
pointing
commoner?
to you.
Okay.
Okay, shit.
Can I get the ruse up again that I also used when your murder was sadly killed by a commoner? Can I
So she
bring
is
the
just.
ruse back to life?
I don't think anything is going to console her. She is just screaming hysterically that you killed the great Humberto.
I whispered to you, she's drunk, you're on stage, you're in power here, you're doing fine. Convince the people to get the drunk out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone has seen her drink all evening.
I'm
Ask the
paused.
guard.
I'm confused. Was Umberto the security guard or the guy
No,
that we?
He was the knife.
It was the guy you killed.
Oh, he was the knife guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one that you had an affair with, but
It's
then
your
got stabbed.
fault things are going wrong, not...
Excuse
It wasn't
me.
yours
He
this
tried to
time.
take liberties with me while we were in a public space.
So,
Thank you very
Does
much.
this happen as well? Because then I'm all game for this one.
I did
Okay.
yell for it. I did
so
yell that.
I think the pandemonium is starting to break out. So people are sort of starting to shout. Things are starting to happen. Guards are looking round from their post. The bodyguard is starting to try and wade his way back towards the woman at the back that he's supposed to be protecting. So we're going to go round in turn, and I'd like you to tell me what your reactions are and what you're going to do.
To her yelling that.
Yes. And, to everything starting to kick off, bodyguards are all going to their respective people, the guards are starting to look around. So, I think the first person is going to be 6. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna see if I can just let's see. At some comedy shows, you also have someone calling out in the back some kind of devious shit that you don't really can do anything with, and I'm gonna treat it just like that. I'm gonna see.
Give a show, man.
Sure, drunken people love me even more. Welcome to the show. Weren't you the one whose guy cheated with when somebody stabbed him? That was a great thing, stabbing thrice even, and just making a joke out of it to distract from the hopefully that the case is gonna be.
So, could you give me a distract someone roll with
That I
2
can do.
boons and 2 challenges, please?
Okay, we have a 9 again. I
Lovely.
can show you if you want to.
No, that's fine.
Just to make
And-
sure nobody suspects me.
So 2 boons, 2 challenges.
Yeah,
2 10s,
first-
2 8s.
First a D10s, a 6 and a 4.
So there are no challenges. What about boons?
Well, one way to find out. 2 5s.
Wow. So you are incredibly convincing. Very funny. And I think people are starting to consider this as part of the act. That maybe it's all supposed to be a bit of a game. Everyone knew the Great Humberto was supposed to be here. He died. It's a little bit morbid, but these are, you're talking to a room full of politicians and criminals. Okay, you're talking to a room of politicians, so I think everybody's just seeing that this is a bit of morbid humour. It's in pretty poor taste, but it's still a little bit funny.
Carnival of Sins. I can live with this.
Amelia, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna kind of look to him and just be like, well, I never. Don't you? I hate when these. I'm like, is there anybody like directly in front of the stage?
No, I think everyone's kind of turned around and sort of looking at the
So
woman.
they're not looking at us anymore. They're looking at her.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of take a step back and be like, well, I never.
Okay.
Not really do anything, but like be ready.
Okay. Item, what are you going to do?
Well, I wink over to Samantha as I flip the box over and start taking it off the stage while everyone is looking the other way.
Okay, so everyone's distracted. This box is now incredibly heavy
Yes. So
because
that's
it has
why-
a person inside it.
Yes. So I'm just sort of. It's upright, and I'm
Yes.
getting it over and waiting for Samantha to come pick up the other side, and we both take it off stage.
Okay.
I have a
Samantha,
question.
so I suppose that's what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm making my way to the stage and helping, and telling everyone to calm down and relax.
Okay.
As a server.
So you're going to make it off the stage and to the first door. The guard is fairly wanting to know what's going on. No one really knows what's happening with what's going on in the room. So back in order then.
So I just start to Samantha. Can you believe it? That woman in the back of the woman at the back of the
Back in the
room
room,
starting
shouting all
such a
that nonsense.
yes.
Crazy, insane.
You should check it out. Things are going down in the
Are you sure
room
you'll
and
be
it's
fine? This
crazy.
box is really heavy.
People are accusing each other of murder and stuff. You should really check it out.
Okay. Would you like to
Sorry.
would you like to convince someone? then?
Yes, I would. That's the 74, so that's the success.
That is a success. Could you? I think that's probably enough. Actually, there's a lot of pandemonium going on. There's a lot of things happening. I think the first guard is fine, but you are now going to struggle trying to get past the second guard, who's now guarding the outer door.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I go back then to 6, who's still on stage. What are you going to do?
How is the crowd at this moment?
I think it's on a knife edge. I think it can go one way or the other. They can start laughing uproariously, or it can suddenly turn very, very nasty.
Okay, but the still thing is just a part of the show, still into whatever's happening on stage.
Yeah. But this lady is still screaming hysterically that you killed her lover.
I'm
Okay.
confused again. Is this lady the person that we got as?
Yes, so she's
Wow.
one of the mummers. He asked one of the mummers guild to do it. Humberto's lover volunteered to confront.
Okay.
So people actually see the senator yelling drunkenly into the crowd and accusing people of murder.
She's not a very well-known senator, so at the moment they're just seeing a hysterical woman shouting, "You killed my lover."
Yeah.
Right. Is she coming closer?
She is. She's trying to fight her way through the crowd.
Okay, so people are actually seeing that she's wearing the same clothes as the senator would.
Yes, but the only person who's going to notice is the bodyguard, because he was the only one taking any interest in her, and they're about 15 feet away from each other at this moment in time.
Yeah, okay, but she was so I presume that more people here know her and how she looks like.
Not really. She's very well. If we didn't do the legwork to find out, but nobody really knows who she is.
Oh, okay.
She's one kind of the common folk, then.
Yes.
Then I'm going to continue simply to make a distraction. I'm going to try and get some new cards here just to see if I can get on with my show. The show must go on aside from this. And I'll just start up with another card trick, bringing in the mask again to bring in the Shadow Man and all his friends from the other side.
So
Make sure the security guard doesn't see her.
Distract someone?
Especially the bodyguard, of course, because he's next to the stage.
Well, they're
He's
kind of in
close.
the crowd now, so...
And I also tried to bait him at least a little bit by don't tell what you've seen, how magic happens.
Okay.
Okay,
Distract
so you
someone.
need distract someone. 62.
It's a success.
Yes, because
Could you please roll me 2 challenge dice?
Those
Because
are
it's gonna be quite
D10s.
difficult. Yes.
a 7 and a 5,
So 2 challenges.
but I
So
still
I-
have luck left.
The challenges unfortunately can't dissuade with luck. However,
Oh,
what you do is you manage to get a few. The first couple of rows of the crowd have sort of decided it's all part of the act and are vaguely interested. A little bit confused as to why you started doing a card trick when there's still clearly a show going on with something, screaming and lots of stuff. But the rest of the crowd are completely unaffected and they're just starting to sort of, well, the bodyguards are getting anxious. They're starting to get towards their senators. They're starting to look to start a stampede or, start protecting their senators however they need to. Amelia, what are you going to be doing? So these 2 guys are carrying a box out into the hall.
Mm-hmm.
You're sort of at the back of the stage.
Right. Can I follow them out, but kind of act a little tipsy and follow them out but be a little stumbly until they get to the guard?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So when I get there, I would like to say to the guard, my word, I think you need to get out there right now. There is some trouble brewing. Did you know that man up there, there's a lady saying she killed that man is dead and he did it, and there's about to be something going on out there. You know what I'm saying? And she was yelling and screaming and carrying on. Whew, I need to go outside. That is too much drama.
Would you like to give me a lie to somebody and 4 boon dice? Because you're very convincing.
Yeah,
Thank
that was
you.
amazing.
awesome.
Preach.
85.
Is not actually a success. So we're going to need to
I
spend
did
10 luck.
Oh, whew, okay.
So do you have 10 luck left to spend? I haven't been tracking.
I haven't used any of them, I don't think.
No.
No,
Okay.
I don't think either.
I don't have, like,
I have.
me and Fidan.
So I
Don't
think
forget
you're
me.
going to spend 10 luck, and can you roll me 4 d8s, please, and let me know if there are any.
Any evens or
Any odds? Any odds, please.
3 and a 7.
Okay, off the 4 dice, just 1, 3, 1, 7.
Yeah, I've got a 4, 6, 3, and
Excellent.
7.
So you are incredibly convincing. So the good news is, the guard is going to go charging into the ballroom. Oh, sorry, into the side chamber, where the thing is. He's also going to be surrounded by at least 4 other guards who heard you, all stationed at other doors, and charging directly in. So the good news is that yourself, Fidem, and Samanthan are pretty much now unobscured. The hearse is waiting outside. The box goes directly into the hearse. Unfortunately,
Now we just gotta get him out of there.
because I was listening to what you said, and so was the guard, apparently the guy on stage killed a man. And you were so convincing,
I'm so sorry.
they charged straight in with weapons. So I'm gonna give 6 a reaction.
Sorry.
All of the guards are now charging to the stage, spears up, because you apparently killed a man.
Okay. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Thank you, Amelia. I love this. Sincerely, nothing bad about this. I presume there's a chandelier or anything. And this is
Yes.
not the very high part, if I'm correct, right? This is not
No,
the...
this is the small antechamber to the side. So yes, there is a chandelier.
Okay. I want to swing it.
Okay, so from the stage, there is actually a window, quite a large window, and you're on the ground floor. So, yes, you can quite happily swing on the chandelier through the window and try and escape.
Finally, I know why I got the thief. This is my moment.
Yes, this is your
So,
moment.
you have
This
the
is
ability
moment.
to run like hell.
Yeah. I'm not very good at that, though, weirdly enough. But, yeah. But this is also the second story work feature from the thief.
Into any building without being seen, you automatically succeed without rolling a dice. Any check can make to pick a lock, climb, jump, tumble, or sneak around to enter the building. It's sneaking around.
I'm not sure if also exiting the building counts when I'm using
No,
the
it's only
acrobatic.
for stealthily getting into a building. This is running like hell.
Okay, fair. Okay, then,
Well, okay, never mind. Sorry.
oh, god damn it.
you
99.
Wow.
And how do you have any luck left?
How
to
much
spend?
luck do you have left?
40.
So 99, 89, 79, 69. 40 luck will see you smash through the windows and escape, but leave you on 0 luck. So,
If it gives me cool scars, I'm okay with it. Let's go.
would you roll me 1 boon, 1 challenge?
Oh no.
Can I do so with a lot of fear,
A
please?
draw means that you succeed. A boon and no challenge means that you succeed. If you only score a challenge, something happens.
Oh no.
So 1d8, 1d10.
On the D10, I have a 7.
Which is a challenge.
And at the D8, I have a 3.
So you draw.
Yes.
So what happens is you run, jump up onto the chandelier, get a fairly good hold, swing across. Would you like to make some sort of comment as you swing across?
No, but I do have one little thing I hope that happens. Could my bag of glitter erupt?
Absolutely.
I want
I
to shower everybody.
I think the glitter just, whatever's left of the glitter just explodes. Now your hands kind of slip. And you flip as you're going towards the window. Flat against the window. And it doesn't shatter, but what happens is that the window is kind of split. And it just kind of rotates over. And I think you just kind of roll off into the darkness.
Glorious! And I'll just slide up the roof.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Dusk City Outlaws.
That was it. Oh, that was amazing.
Oh,
We did
thank
it,
you, Ash.
guys. We did it. I
no
didn't
one died?
expect us to do it.
Oh,
Well, someone was banking against us, I feel.
Yeah, somebody was trying to make it a little bit more difficult.
You know, this was great.
It really was.
This is
Like-
amazing.
This game, when things go south, this game just keeps getting better and better as more and more things go south. No,
This was fun. I had fun. This was
Yeah.
good.
yeah, it's so much fun. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you, chat, for being here and being so active in chat tonight. It was amazing, and wow, Ashley, you did it again. Again.
I-
Bravo.
Fantastic.
It's just shepherding chaos. That's all it is.
Herding
Well-
cats. It's just herding cats.
My cat will come over here if I ask him to.
Yeah,
She's
so
like,
will
yeah,
my
she's trained up.
cats.
She's trained up.
So will my cats if they feel like it.
No, she's
I
trained.
can prove it right now.
Yeah,
Do you want me to
she's
do
actually
it?
Herd the cat. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's that? Come here.
I don't want to do it now. Ah, dang it.
Let's show him, send him away.
Another magic trick.
It
What a
would've been-
show, ladies and gentlemen.
You see, it would have been so great if now, for the first time ever, he wouldn't have shown up. But
Never on fail. Every time he's always there.
yeah,
Oh,
That was
So,
good. That
yeah.
was really fun, Ash.
thank you, DCO. It is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, it's just
yeah, it is so much.
utter. It takes very little to learn it, and
Yeah,
is just utter ridiculousness.
I came in really anxious and I want to play again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun. And I got to dress up. I never get to dress up.
Well,
you're always welcome to
Always.
join us to play. And
I
I
would
appreciate
love-
that.
yeah, I had so much fun. Everyone was great this evening, and I would love to see all of you again in a one shot of this or another game or whatever you feel like. So yeah, stick around with us, and we'll make it work at some
Time for an
day.
Ocean's 12, and then see if they can get the same gang back together. If they
Well,
would
we have,
ever.
we have some other
want-
characters from the previous one shot as well, so we can at one point just gather a crew of 11 people and
Yeah, that'd be-
do
that'd
something.
be-
Like Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
It's gonna
That is
heist
a-
it.
Make it like a
That's City
6-hour
11.
6-hour extravaganza.
I mean, I'm not
Okay.
saying no.
I would
I
need
wouldn't
some serious prep time.
I can fully
Believe in
understand.
you.
I will
You
give
could
you
do it.
2 days.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's just shepherding chaos. You just said it.
And just to show you Michelle was serious, you got one.
We'll just make sure you have a plethora of fountain pens available to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All colors
find
of the
it.
rainbow.
And now I just have to decide when we're doing it again if I'm going to play Fidem Invictus again or my
mean-
previous character Festina Lente.
I'd like
because-
to see
Oh.
Stabby McStabby again, actually.
Festina is. I mean, Feedham was great. Festina blows it out of the water.
yeah, Festina was amazing. Yeah, it was so much fun to do that.
Oh.
But anyway, so this
Guys,
was
what a night.
This was the second time we played this game. If you go to our YouTube channel, you can find our other one shot. You will find this one probably somewhere this week on that same YouTube channel, and you can watch our one shots of other systems like Vampire the Masquerade and Call of Cthulhu. In 2 weeks, we have another parallel projections where we will be playing Call of Cthulhu again. And there we
Yeah.
will be joined by Ashley, this time as a player. I will be the Keeper of Secrets. We will be joined by Vix and Shanks from Top Down Tabletop. And we will again be joined by Rick for a second time. So yeah, we were just talking about wanting to have all of you again, and Rick has already done it. He's in for the next
He's gone to the
episode.
future.
Yeah.
I'd
So
love to come back whenever you would like to have me.
awesome! Wow, I will definitely hold you to that. And so yeah, thank you all so much. Please go to Rick Vechel's or Vechel Fantasy's YouTube channel and Twitch channel. Go support that channel. He does amazing stuff for kids with tabletop RPGs in schools and libraries, and like all the support he can get to spread the gospel of tabletop RPGs even further is well deserved and like should happen. So go do that.
Thank you.
Then
Thank you.
also go visit KaztheDM on Instagram for his amazing art, his Twitch channel for his live streams where you can see him draw live and also DM a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Beth
Where,
plays in it.
yeah, where Beth plays.
I'm a player in that game.
Yes, yeah. I've seen it. You're a player. And also for Beth, go over to the Topo Turtle Discord, I think, where you are building an amazing community of tabletop RPG fanatics, enthusiasts, creators, and yeah, go everyone go out and support everything. That's basically what everyone should do right after this stream stops.
Just one tiny piece of housekeeping, which is all of the artwork that you've seen today, all the magnificent bits, are all from the Dusk City Outlaws online catalogue, which they make free for streamers just to be able to use.
Oh, cool.
So
That's really cool.
thank you very much to them. And like I said, it's a wonderful game. If you haven't tried it, go play it.
Yeah,
It's
so
brilliant.
that's a great call, Asha. All the art that you saw was from the Dust City Outlaw. Even the one in the introduction video for Dust City Outlaws was all taken from that. And it's amazing that they do it, and it's super fun for us as creators to play around with all that stuff. So, well, I don't. Check back tomorrow right here at the channel for an episode of Talking Void. No. I think Jasper's not here tomorrow, so there's no stream tomorrow. We'll be back next week with our regular Dungeons & Dragons campaign, The Precipice of Dreams, episode 32. Things are going down. There's cultists abound, and yeah, go check that out. And yeah, last, I think I will say good night to everyone. Does anyone else want to say something before we go out?
Just thank you, Michael, for making this all happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are very welcome. It's totally my pleasure. I mean, I just love playing these games, and the more I can play with the more people and as many different systems as I can is all very good. So, thank you, everyone, chat, guests, Ashley,
Lurkers.
everyone, and have a nice day, and see you soon.